Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about unit and dimensions Tute. So today is a today's a question day because I wanted to finish that Tute as early as possible. That's why I plan to do the Tute in this class. Okay. And other thing is today we are going to discuss about some exam questions and type of exam questions. So as I told you earlier, this is a very important class. Okay. Before the starting of class, actually I wanted to say you something. Actually I just I watched some interview with an richest businessman in world. Actually, I don't remember his name. It was a TikTok video. In that interview, he said about his life-changing point. According to that interview, that person, that businessman, was in the high school, and he was discussing with some another person. At the discussion, that other person asked me from that businessman about his future plan. As I remember, that person is a teacher or someone. So that businessman said he wanted to be the richest person or one of richest person in the world at the age of mid-40s, and he wanted to live a very luxurious life, and he wanted to have some luxury vehicles, and actually he wanted to be a world richest person at the age of mid-40s. So the other person asked one question. According to that businessman, that question is the life-changing point of him. Okay, that question was, the person asked from that businessman, do you like to be a richest person, or are you committed? Are you committed for that? Like or committed? That rich person actually he didn't understand that question. He asked, what is the difference between like and committed? After that, the other person said, suppose you wanted to be a richest person, and you couldn't do that. You couldn't achieve that goal. Then, if you like to be a richest person, then you will have so many excuses. So many excuses means maybe it was your sick, or it was a rainy day, it was any reason. You will have any reason for that. Okay, if you couldn't achieve that goal, then you have so many excuses. If you like to be a richest person, but if you committed to be a richest person, then you will achieve that goal. Whatever the reason is, you will achieve that goal if you committed for that goal. Okay, that is the difference between commitment and like. Okay, actually I wanted to share that video with you, but I couldn't do that. If I find that video, I will share with you. Actually, it is very beautiful speech, because all of you have some goal, no? All of you have some goal. Maybe you want to be a doctor, maybe you want to be a engineer, or maybe you want to be a some special professional. But like is not enough. You have to committed. You have to commit for that goal. That means no more excuses. No more excuses. හරිද? excuses ආවා කියලා ඕගොල්ලන්ට life එක ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ goal එක achieve කරන්න බෑ පුතේ. excuses තියාගන්න එපා. excuses කියලා කියන්නේ ඔයා fail කියන්නේ. excuses තියනවා කියලා කියන්නේ fail කියන්නේ. හරිද? commitment එකයි ඕනේ වෙන්නේ. commitment එක. මම ඒකයි මම කිව්වේ මම මේ කතාව කියන්න හේතුව ඕගොල්ලන්ගෙන් මම ගිය සතියේ last week එක ඇහුවා මොකද්ද ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ටියුට්ස් ටික කරලා මට එවන්න කියලා ඒවල තිබ්බ කොට දෙනෙක් ඒවල තිබ්බ කලින්ට වඩා මේ මම ඒකයි කියන්නේ මම හැමෝටම මේ කියන්නේ excuses වැඩක් නැත කියලා කියන්නේ මට මේක තේරුන්නේ නැහැ මේක නිසා මට හදාගන්න බැරි වුණා මම මේ වීක් එකේ මම හිටියේ නැහැ මට හදාගන්න බැරි වුණා මොකක් හරි excuses කියන දේ වැඩක් නැහැ හරිද excuses කියන දේ වැඩක් නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ එතකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ goal එක achieve කරලා නැහැ කියන එක තමයි හරිද ඒක නිසා අපිට excuses වැඩක් නැත පුතේ මොකද හැමෝම ලියන්නේ එකම exam එක ඕගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා ඇති සාමාන්‍යයෙන් more than 3 lakhs මේ අනිවාර්යෙන් exam එකට exam applicants ලා ඉන්නවා ඒ applicants ලගෙන් 40,000 විතරයි government universities යන්නේ හරිද 40,000 කියලා කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම 10 to 20% වගේ තමයි ඇත්තටම යන්නේ government universities වලට හරිද ඒක නිසා මතක තියාගන්න අපිට excuses තිබ්බා කියලා අනිත් අය ඒ excuses අනිත් අයට ඒක අදාළ නැහැ අනිත් වෙනෙක් ඔයාට excuses එකක් තියෙනකොට වැඩ කරේ නැති එකට excuses එකක් තියෙනකොට වෙන කෙනෙක් වැඩ කරලා මේ යුනිවර්සිටි එකට යන්න පුළුවන් හරිද ඒක නිසා අපිට excuses වැඩක් නැත හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න ඒක මම කියන්නේ මේ වැඩ කරන එකේ තියෙන මේ ඒ කියන්නේ අපි full commitment එක දෙන්න ඕනි full commitment එක දෙන්නේ නැතුව අපිට එතනින් එහාට තේරුමක් නැහැ පුතේ එතනින් එහාට තේරුමක් නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ අපේ commitment එකත් එක්ක තමයි ඔයාගේ final goal එක ඔයා achieve වෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා තීරණය කරන්නේ ඒක නිසා maybe you want to be a doctor maybe you want to be a engineer okay so but you should commit for that your goal okay that is the thing okay other thing is okay other thing is if you have any question regarding this Tute please ask in this session okay please ask in this session because you will have an exam after 2 weeks so in that exam you are evaluated for everything I have taught you okay therefore if you have any question you have to clear that thing within this class okay okay shall we start okay there are 2 questions I asked you to do these questions these 2 questions are unit conversions questions have you done these 2 questions the 9th one up to 8 questions we have discussed up to 8 question and I asked you to do 9th and 10th questions okay Have you done these two questions? Have you done these two questions? Ninth one, the density of a material is 8 gram centimeter minus 3 in a system in which the unit of length is 5 centimeter and the unit of mass is 20 gram. The density of material is 8 gram this one. Okay. Now I have to convert that into this one. 5 centimeter and 20 gram system. 5 centimeter and 20 gram system. Okay. Okay. Actually, today is a discussion session. Okay. So, actually, it will be better if you can discuss with me. Okay. Okay. Tell me, what should I do? In this question, you are given this density. The density of material is 8 gram per cubic centimeter. 8 grams per cubic centimeter. That is the density of material. So I have to convert that unit into this. Okay. The length is measured by 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter scale, and the mass is measured by 20 gram per 20 gram centimeter scale. So what should I do? How to convert that one? In unit conversion, actually, I have told you, in unit conversion, there are only one thing to be considered. There is only one thing to be considered. What is that? The scale. The given scale is smaller than or larger than the unit that we wanted to convert. Okay. Is the given unit is smaller than or larger than the units that you wanted to be convert. So then we can then we have a argument if the scale is smaller than, if the scale is small, then that means if you want to convert kilogram to gram, kilogram is a large scale and gram is a small scale. So large scale is converted to a small scale. A large scale is converted to a small scale. So such kind of conversion, you have to multiply from large scale to small scale. You have to multiply by the ratio of these two scales. The ratio of these two scales means 1000. So you have to multiply it by 1000. Suppose you have to convert a small scale into a large scale. A small scale into a large scale. A small scale into a large scale. That means you have to divide that thing. You have to divide this thing by the ratio of these two scales. Ratio is 1000. Dividing means multiplication with the reciprocal. Okay. multiplication with the reciprocal. Those are the only thing to be considered when you convert in a unit. Okay, that means you have to consider the converted scale. The converted scale is a large scale or a small scale with compared to the given scale. Okay. This is the given scale. This is the initial scale. This is the initial scale. So this is the converted scale. So you have to consider the converted scale is larger than or smaller than the initial scale. Okay. Okay. Now tell me, what should I do? What should I do? If I converted this value to this scale, is this scale a large scale or a small scale? Large scale or small scale? I have to convert this unit. Into this scale. Is this a large scale or a small scale? I want to answer. I want to answer. Initially the scale is gram and centimeter. No, do you understand that thing? Initially the scale is gram and centimeter. Now I have to convert that thing into 20 grams and 5 centimeter. So is it an increment or decrement? Initially the scale was gram. Yes, very good. Initially the scale was gram. Now I have to convert that gram into 20 gram scale. 20 gram scale. That means this is an increment. Okay. Initially the length was measured by centimeter scale. Now I'm going to measure the length. I'm going to measure the length using 5 centimeter scale. 5 centimeter scale. So initially it was centimeter scale. Now it is 5 centimeter scale. Again it is an increment. That is the only thing you have to consider. You want to be considered. Okay, that is the only thing. Take the initial scale and take the final scale. Then you have to determine whether it is a increment or decrement. Okay, that is the only thing. If it is an increment, then what should I do? Coco, Kian, what should I do? If it is increment, what should I do? If it is an increment, what should I do? Katti mute වෙලාද? When you are preparing short note, actually you have to prepare short note for unit conversion. Unit conversion. then there's only two things. Well, actually, it is one thing, but I can divide it into two things: smaller increment or decrement, as increment or decrement. Okay. So this is the initial scale. Initial scale. If it is, if there's an increment, if there's an increment, if there's an increment in the scale, what should I do? If there's an increment, we have to divide. We have to divide. we have to divide. We have to divide it by ratio between two scales. If there is an increment, we have to divide it by the ratio between two scales. Then the initial scale and the final scale. Then the final scale is smaller scale. That means a decrement. That means a decrement. So if it is a decrement, then we should multiply it by the ratio between two scales. We should multiply it by the ratio between two scales. This is the only thing you have to understand in unit conversion. Unit conversion. The initial scale and the final scale. Initial scale and the final scale. If there are only two states, no. The final scale can be a large scale or can be a small scale. If it is a small scale, if it is a large scale, that means a increment. If it is a small scale, that means a decrement. So the final scale is a large scale, that means increment, we should divide it. Okay. Okay. What I was discussing is unit conversion. In unit conversion, you have to consider only two things. If it is an increment or decrement. So if it is an increment, that means the final scale is a large scale. That means it is an increment. If it is an increment, you have to divide the initial value by the ratio between two scales. Okay. If it is a decrement, means a small scale. The final scale is a smaller scale than the initial scale. Okay. So if the final scale is a small scale, then you have to multiply the given value by the ratio between the two scales. Those are the only two things you have to consider during the unit conversion. So you can summarize unit conversion. You can summarize unit conversion subunit as follows, as this one. Okay. If you want to have a short note, if you want to note down it as a short note, this is the one. This is the one. Unit conversion, initial scale. It can be either increment or decrement. That is the only two states. It can be either increment or decrement. If it is increment, you have to divide the initial value by the ratio between two scales. So if it is a decrement, you have to multiply. Note down this one. Okay. Then in this question, gram is converted into 20 gram. Centimeter is converted into 5 centimeter. So this is the initial scale. This is the final scale. This is the initial scale and this is the final scale. So you can clearly see the both cases are increments. No? Increments. Gram into 20 grams, centimeter into 5 centimeters. So you have to divide the given value. You have to divide the given value by the ratio between these two. So what is the ratio? Ratio is 20 gram, 20. Ratio is 20. So you have to divide the gram value by 20. Then you have to divide the centimeter value by then suppose this one is equal to x, this one is equal to y, 20 gram is equal to x, 5 gram is equal to y. Then you have to convert this one into x and y. So 8 gram per cubic centimeter is equal 8 gram over 1 cubic centimeter. 8 gram over 1 cubic centimeter. Then 8 gram. Now you have to convert this 8 gram into x. So you have to divide it by 20. Then you have x. So I have to divide it by 20. Then you will have the unit x. Then 1 cubic centimeter means you have to divide it by 5. You have to divide it by 5, but there are 3 centimeters. There are 3 times centimeter. Cube means 3 times centimeter, no? So this can be written as 1 centimeter cube. So 1 centimeter has to be converted into y. So you have to divide 1 by 5 and you have to take 1 by 5, then centimeter will be converted into y. There are 3 times y. 3 times y. That is the thing. Now you can simplify this one. Now you can simplify. So 8 gram per cubic centimeter is equal. Sorry. 8 divided by 20 means I can put it in the denominator. Then 1 over 5 cube. 1 over 5 cube. 1 over 5 cube. So that means 1 over 5 cube. No, 1 over 5 cube means I can write my 5 cubes in the numerator. 8 over 5 cubes over 20. So I can divide it by 4. So 4 times there's a 2. If I divide 20 by 4, 5. Then I can cancel 1 5 here. That means 5 squared. So that means this is equal to 2 times 5 squared x y cube. Okay. Five cube means 25. 5 cube means 25. 25 times 2 means 50. 25 times 2 means 50. That means 8 gram per cubic meter is equal 50 x y minus 3. I have taken x is 20 gram and y is 5 centimeter. So everyone, do you understand how I calculate this question? Everyone, I need your response. Everyone. If you want to explain it again, I will explain. Okay. Okay, Bhutan, I will explain. Okay, look at this. The first thing you have to understand this one. This thing, okay? In unit conversion, you have to consider the initial scale and final scale. So there should be only two states, either increment or decrement. So initial state can be increased or can be decreased. Once you determine that thing, then you can determine what should you do. If it is an increment, you should divide it by the ratio between two scales. If it is a decrement, you have to multiply it by the ratio between two scales. Those are the things you should do. Okay. Then in this question, you are given 8 gram per cubic centimeter. 8 gram per cubic centimeter as the density. That means the mass is measured by gram and length is measured by centimeter. So the initial scale of mass, initial unit of mass is gram, initial unit of length is centimeter as per the given value. Okay, I have to convert this thing into 20 gram scale and 5 centimeter scale. 20 gram means that is an increment, Puta. That is an increment. So if there is an increment, I should divide it by the ratio. Ratio is gram, 20 gram means ratio is 20. So I have to divide whatever the value by 20. Okay. Then again, the initial scale is 5. The final is, so initial scale is 1 centimeter. Final scale is 5 centimeter. That means it also an increment. So I have to divide whatever the value by 5. Okay. So I put some notation here 20 gram scale is represented by X, and 5 centimeter scale is represented by Y, because 20 gram and 5 centimeter, putting 20 gram and 5 centimeter it is much difficult. Okay, පැටල එනවා. හරිද? ඒක නිසා මම X and Y කියලා ගත්ත scales දෙක. Okay, then this is the given value. This is the given value, 8 gram per centimeter cube. Then so I can write this given value as a fraction. Once I write this value as a fraction, the mass is 8 gram, the length, the denominator is 1 centimeter cube. So the mass value is 8 gram, the length value is 1 centimeter. So if you want to convert gram into X, you have to divide it by 20, because it is an increment. If you want to convert 1 centimeter into 1 Y, you have to divide it by 5. So if you divide it by 5, then you will have Y. But you have to take the cube of that term. Okay. After that, there is only a simplification. So this is X, this is Y cube. So 8 divided by 20 means 8 over 20. 1 divided by 5 cube means 1 over 5 cube. So 1 over 5 cube here, I can take it to the numerator. So 8 into 5 cubes over 20. So I can simplify this one. I can divide 8 and 20 by 5. If I divide 8 by 4, I will have 2. If I divide 20 by 4, I will have 5. So 1 5 is cancelled out with 3 5s. Then the remaining is 5 squared and 2. 2 times 5 squared means 50. Okay. Everyone understood? Steve?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Others?
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Buddha. Okay. You can write the answer. Then the 10th question. Can you do that now? I am not going to clean the board. Okay. If anyone wanted to write this as a short note, you can write it down. Then do the question number 10. Do the question number 10 quickly. I will give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You have to consider final initial scale and the final scale. Then determine whether it is a increment or decrement. If it is increment, you have to divide it by the ratio. If it is a decrement, you have to multiply it by the ratio between two scales. So what is the answer? Please put your answer in the chat box. Hundred Newton. 100 Newton means I have to write it using kilograms meter second. 100 kilogram m s minus 2. You have to convert that into gram, meter, and minute. Others? There's a one answer. What about others? Okay. You are given 100 Newton. 100 Newton. Then you have to convert it to gram, minutes, gram, meter, and minutes. Gram, meter, and minutes. I think that was a printing mistake. I think your Tute, it was printed as matter. It is not matter. It should be meter. Okay, meter. Gram. So I have to convert it to gram, minute, gram, meter, and minute system. Newton into gram, meter, and minute system. So you have to write Newton unit using kilogram, meter, and seconds. Using kilogram, meter, and second. I know Newton is equal to kilogram, meter per square second. Okay. So once I write Newton as this value, then you can convert kilogram to gram, meter to meter. There's no change. There is no any change difference. Second to minute. Second to minute. So what happened? Kilogram to gram. Scale is decrease. No. So if it is a decrement, what should you do? You have to multiply. If it is a decrement, you have to multiply. So there's no change in meter. Then second to minute means the increment. If it is the increment, you have to divide it by the ratio between two scales. Let's do that. First, you have to write it as a fraction. Kilogram 1 meter over 1 square second. Kilogram 1 meter, 100 kilogram 1 meter over 1 square second. Okay. Then 100 kilogram. You should convert 100 kilogram into gram. 100 kilogram into grams. Then you have to, there's a decrement. You have to multiply it by the ratio 100 into the ratio between these two units, kilogram and grams, that means 10 to the power 3. The ratio is 10 to the power 3. Then you have converted kilogram into gram, and there's no any change in meter, so you have to keep it as 1 divided by this one. 1 second is square, 1 second is square, 1 second is square. So you have to convert 1 second into meter, 1 second into minute. So it is an increment. If it is an increment, you have to divide it. So you have to divide 1 second by the ratio. Ratio is 60. Then it is converted into meter. It is converted into meter. Now you just may simplify. If I simplify this one, 10 to the power 5, 1 into 10 to the power 5 gram meter, then you have to divide it 1 over 60 squared. 60 squared means this value, unity square. Then you have to bring this value to the upward to the numerator, because this is a fraction, then you can bring that fraction into the numerator. 1 over 300 3600 means, then look at this 3600 means 3.6 into 10 to the power 3. So that 10 to the power 3 and 10 to the power 5 can be added. Okay. 3600 into 10 to the power 5 gram meter per square minute. Then you can simplify further. You can write it as a scientific method. Then 1, 2, 3 means 3.6 into 10 to the power 8 gram meter per square minute. Everyone, do you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Others? Thank you. Once you pass this point, then you will have only a calculation. Once you pass this point, you will have only a calculation, simplification. Okay. You have to write this down, write this short note, because it is very important. Okay, let's go to the Tute. I think I have discussed first 20 questions with you. Okay, 21st question. Okay. I will give you 2 minutes. If you didn't do that, I will give you 2 minutes. Let's do the question because it is about unit conversion. If you did the question, what is the answer? If you did the questions, please give your answers on the chat box. Put the answers on the chat box. I need response from everyone. Everyone should participate to the class. I need response from everyone. If you did the question, please give the answers. If you did not do the questions, please do the question and send me the answers. So everyone should give me the answers. Answer number 3. Okay. Now you can check your answers using this method. Okay. You can check the answers using this method. Okay. Okay. There are 3 answers. Others? Let's do it quickly. Using this method. Determine whether it is a increment or decrement. If it is an increment, you have to divide. If it is a decrement, you have to multiply. That is the only thing. මන්තරේ වගේ වතුරන්න තියෙන්නේ. මන්තරේ වගේ වතුරන්න තියෙන්නේ. Increment නම් divide කරනවා. Decrement නම් multiply කරනවා. මන්තරේ වගේ තියාගෙන තියෙන එක. So you have to determine whether it is a increment or decrement. If it is an increment in this scale, you have to divide. If it is a decrement, you have to multiply. I need your answers. Everyone, I need your answer. Question number 21. Question number 21. Okay. I will do it. X kilogram meter squared s minus 2, no? No. M minus 2 s minus 2. You have to convert this into gram, centimeter, and seconds. It is not changed. Okay. Look at this. You have to convert X into this one. Kilogram to gram. If it is increment or decrement, tell me. Taggal. Answers. If it is increment or decrement.
Decrement.
Decrement, very good. Decrement, so you have to multiply. Meter, centimeter. Increment or decrement? Decrement. Again, you have to multiply. No change. No change. Now you can write this one, x equal x kilogram over 1 meter squared into 1 second squared. 1 second squared. Then you can convert each and every unit separately. Kilogram into gram. Kilogram into gram, you have to multiply it by 10 to the power 3. Then it is converted into gram. Then meter into centimeter. Meter into centimeter, you have to multiply it by 10 to the power 2. 10 to the power 2. Ratio between meter and centimeter is 10 to the power 2. So 10 to the power 2 times square. That is centimeter square. Then there's no change in time. So it is equal 10 to the power 3x over 10 to the power 4 gram. Here centimeter square, s square. We are given this is equal to y. No, we are given this is equal to y. So if it is equal to y, you can cancel this out. You can cancel this out. So x is equal to 10 times y. 10 times y. No? Then the answer is answer number 3. Answer number 3. Answer number 3. Everyone, do you get my point? Thank you. Okay. Then question number 22. Have I discussed this one? 22. 20 to 30. Have I discussed up to 30? We can't take answer 2. No, Kuta. We cannot take answer 2. Answer 2 is 10 to the power minus y. No? 10 to the power. No, no. 10 to the power minus y, it is not equal. No? According to this equation, x over 10 is equal y. So it can be 10 to the power minus 1 into x equal y. 10 to the power minus x equal y, not y, okay? In answer number 2, 10 to the power minus y here. Okay? In answer number 2, 10 to the power minus y. It is not equal to this one. Okay? You got my point? Okay. 22. 22. What is the answer? Have I discussed up to 30? No. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Shall we do that? Let's do that. Question number 22. Question number 22. What is the answer? Please give me your answers in the chat box. What is the answer? In the following equation, okay, I will share the others. Give the answer for question number 22. What is the answer? Good, good. Okay. In the following equation, V1 and V2 represent voltage and voltages, and I1 represent the electric current. In this case, you have to remember the equation that you have learned in all of us. That is Ohm's law. Ohm's law. V equal IR. V equal IR. V equal IR. That equation, you should remember this equation. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Okay. V equal IR equation. V means voltage, I means current, R means resistance. Okay. You should remember this equation. V1 is a voltage. V1 is a voltage. Therefore, according to our theory, each and every terms in an equation should have same dimension, Puta. According to that theory, K1 I1, it is a term. You know, K1 I1, it is a term. K2 V2, it is a term. Both are terms, no? Both are terms. Therefore, both should have same dimension, that of voltage. Voltage. Now you are given this one. V1 is equal K1 I1 plus K2 V2. And you are given V1 and V2 are voltages. V1 and V2 are voltages. So in the left hand side, there's a voltage. So each and every terms in this equation should have same dimension. So this is a term, this is a term. Okay. So K1 I1 should have same dimension. K2 V2 should have same dimension as voltage. So from that, I can simply determine the dimensions of K2, because I know V2 is a voltage. I know V2 is a voltage. So the entire thing should be a voltage. V2 is a voltage. So K2 should have dimension 1. Otherwise, it is not equal, no? So K2 doesn't have a dimension. That means the dimension of K2 is equal to 1, or it doesn't have a dimension. Clear now? The dimension of K2 is 1. Okay, because V2 is a voltage, the entire thing should be a voltage. Then K2 should be 1. K2 should be equal to 1. Then this one, K1 I1 should be a voltage. It should be a voltage. Therefore, K1 is equal to voltage over current. If you remember this equation, voltage over current is equal a resistance. So K1 is a resistance. K2 doesn't have a dimension. Therefore, K1 over K2 is equal R over 1. That means resistor. It is a resistor. It is a resistor. Everyone, do you understand how I simplify this one? Everyone. මට ටක් ගාලා respond එක දෙන්න පුතේ. ටක් ගාලා යන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. 23rd one. 23. Go quickly. The velocity of sound in air is calculated using the equation. Here P is a pressure, rho is a density, gamma. This symbol is called as gamma. Gamma. It is a Greek letter. It is a Greek letter. It is called as gamma. Gamma is the ratio between two principal specific heat capacities. So it is a ratio between two specific heat capacities. That means it doesn't have a dimension. Okay. According to that, if pressure and density are measured by SI units, then the value of K is equal to 1. Then the density will be measured by gram per cubic centimeter and the pressure is measured by gram per centimeter per square seconds. Then, so if the K value is 1, what is the value of V? They ask if the K value is 1, what is the value of, what is the unit of V? What is the unit of V? Okay. Actually, in this question, they ask to maintain K equal 1, the unit of speed is given by, is measured by. That means we can take K as 1. K as 1 and you can apply the given units for pressure and density. So V is equal, now K is equal to 1. Gamma is a ratio between two specific heat capacity. That means two similar physical quantities. Gamma is a ratio between two similar physical quantities, Puta. Therefore, gamma doesn't have a unit. Okay, it should not have a unit because according to the given data, it is a ratio between two similar quantities, two similar physical quantities. So we don't want to consider gamma. Then the pressure is measured by gram per centimeter per square seconds over gram per cubic centimeter. That is the unit of density. Okay. We have to find the unit of velocity to maintain the K value as 1. Then that means we can consider the K value as 1. Then you can find the unit of velocity. So gram to gram will be cancelled out. Centimeter -3, centimeter -1. Then -1 will be cancelled out to -3. Then the remaining is -2. So you can take this -2 into the numerator. Then it will become +2. It will become +2. Here the remaining is -2. So you have to take the square root of this one. Square root of this one means centimeter square. Square root is centimeter. S minus 2. Square root is S minus 1. You have to divide each power by 2. You have to divide each power by 2. So the unit of velocity is equal to centimeter per second. Centimeter per second. The answer is answer number 2. Answer number 2. Do you understand? $23. 24. What is the answer? What is the answer for 24? 24 puta. Good. Others? 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 Okay. Look at the question. The following equation. Everyone. If you want the hard copies of these Tutes, please let me know and please give your addresses. Then I will send the hard copies, Puta. If anyone need the hard copies, because I have sent the hard copies for my early students. If you join as a newcomer, and if you want to have a hard copy, please let me know. I will send it as a post. Okay, send it to a post. Then 24. Look at the equation. The following equation shows the total energy of mass m. So ESA energy. Then you are asked to find the dimension of K1 and K2. K1 and K2. If you can remember the equations for potential energy and kinetic energy, you can solve these questions very easily. No? Normally, any object, total energy of any object is equal to the kinetic energy plus potential energy. Kinetic energy plus potential energy. Okay, Buta? We are not actually, I think you have done this in your levels about kinetic energy and potential energy. So the total energy of any object which is moving is equal to the kinetic energy and the potential energy. So if you can remember that equations, it is very easy to solve this question. But it is not a mandatory requirement. You can use your dimensions knowledge to solve this equation. Okay. First, I will teach you how to do that very quickly using your previous knowledge. Okay. Look at this. E is equal K1 V squared plus K2 mx. K2 mx is equal K1 V squared plus K2 M X. X is a distance. According to the question, X is a distance. If you can remember the equations for the kinetic energy and the potential energy, you can look at this equation and understand, this should be a kinetic energy and this should be a potential energy. So kinetic energy means it is equal to half mv squared, and potential energy means mgh. So there is v squared. So the missing physical quantity is a mass. Missing physical quantity is mass. So K1 should be a mass. Then look at this. M is here, H is here. Then missing physical quantity is a acceleration. Gravitational acceleration means acceleration. So K2 should be acceleration and K1 should be a mass. From that, I can choose the answer. It should be a fourth one, M and L2 minus 2. M1, L2 minus 2. Okay. M and L2 minus 2. Okay. If you don't remember this equation, equation means if you don't remember the formula for kinetic energy and potential energy, you can use your knowledge of unit and dimension to solve this question. Okay. Okay. So this is the easiest way. Then the second method, how to solve this equation using unit and dimension knowledge. You know, this is a energy. So each and every terms in this equation should represent an energy. Okay. Therefore, K1 V square should be energy. K2 mx should be energy. It should be energy. So I can write the dimensions of this one. K1 into dimension of V is square. V is a velocity. So dimension of velocity is LT minus 1. So I have to take the square of this one. This should be equal to the dimension of energy. Dimension of energy is equal ml squared T minus 2. This should be remembered. Now you can simplify this one. So K1 into L squared T minus 2 is equal M L squared T minus 2. Here L squared will be cancelled out. T minus 2 will be cancelled out. Then K1 is equal to mass. K1 is equal to mass. Then again, this term K2 mx, it is the second term. That term should represent an energy. So K2, the dimension of m is capital M, as it is a mass. Dimension of x is capital L, as it is a length, should be equal to this one, energy, ml squared T minus 2. So m to m will be cancelled out, Puta. L to 1L be cancelled out. So K2 is equal L T minus 2. This is 24. Everyone, do you get my point? I need your response. Thank you. Where's the others? බූතය වගේ ඉන්න එපානේ. Respond එකක් දෙන්න. Do you understand or do you want any clarification? Thank you. Okay. Respond එක ටක් ටක් ගාලා දෙන්න. මොකද නැත්තම් මට නිකන් පිස්සෙක් වගේ තනියෙන් කියනවා වගේනේ. හරි. ඒක නිසා respond එකක් දෙන්න. හොඳයි. හරි. Okay. Thank you. Twenty-fifth one. 25th one. The velocity of a sound wave that travels through an air which has a density D and a pressure P is given by the following equation. Okay. Dimension of K is equal to. Dimension of K is equal to. So what is the answer? Very good. Others? I need your response, Puta. Everyone. හදපු කට්ටිය ටක් ගාලා මට දාන්න answer එක. So what is the answer for question number 25? Yes, good. Others? කියන්නේ අනිත් එක්කෙනෙක්වත් හදලා නැද්ද? Okay. Question number 25, we have to find the dimension of K. Dimension of K. So I think it is easy to take square of both sides, because in this case there is a half power. There's a half power in right hand side. So if you square that one, you will have the power of 1, power 1. It is an integer power. So to convert that thing into an integer power, you have to multiply the power by 2. This power by 2. That means you have to take the square of both sides. The square of both sides. It is easy to calculate, to simplify. Question number 25. Look at this one. V is equal K P over D, P over D half. Half. Okay. There is a power half. There is a power half. So I think it is very easy if there is an integer. If there is an integer value. If there is an integer value means you have to remove the denominator of this power. Denominator one of this power. So denominator means 2, no? In here, denominator of this power is 2. So you have to take the square of both sides. That means power 2 of both sides to remove this fractional power. This fractional power. So take the square of both sides. The square of both sides, then this fractional power, this fractional power will be removed. So V squared is equal, then Kp over D. Kp over D. Half into twice means 1. Half into twice means 1. Half into Twice means once. Then V is a velocity, no? V is a velocity, P is a pressure, D is a density. Now you can substitute the dimensions of each physical quantity. Velocity. So velocity dimensions means LT minus 1. LT minus 1, you can take the square of LT minus 1. So that is L squared T minus 2. L squared T minus 2. Okay. මම මේක mind එකෙන් කරේ බලන්න. You should do this in your mind. Okay. This one. K1 pressure, no? Piece of pressure. Just piece of pressure. Pressure means M L minus 1 T minus 2 over D means density, no? D means density. Density means M L minus 3. L minus 3. This one to this one will be cancelled out. This one to this one minus 2 L2. Then T minus 2 to T minus 2 will be cancelled out. Then K is equal to 1. Why? Here L2 minus 2, here L2, L plus 2, here L plus 2, here L minus 2. So if you want to subject K, you have to bring this value to here. You have to do the cross product. You have to do the cross product. If you do the cross product, L squared will be multiplied with L to the power minus 2. L to the power minus 2. So plus 2 minus 2 means 0, 0 means 1. Okay. You have to use your mind and use your mind to calculate these things. Okay. මතක තියාගන්න mind එක වැඩිපුර පාවිච්චි කරන්න pencil එක අඩුවෙන් පාවිච්චි කරන්න. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. හරිද? මම මේක කියන්න හිටියේ ඔයගලන්ට මතක තියාගන්න පුතේ හැමෝම මතක තියාගන්න ඕන හොඳම ලොකු දෙයක් මේක. හොඳට අහගන්න මම කියන්නේ. හරිද? මතක තියාගන්න අපි මේ කරන්නේ mind game එකක්. calculations තියෙන ඒවා අපිට මේ විදිහේ පුංචි calculations තියෙනවා පුළුවන් තරම් mind එකෙන්ම කරන්න pencils use කරන්න නැතුවම ඉන්න පුළුවන් තරම්. තේරුණාද? ඒකට ඕගොල්ලෝ train වෙන්න ඕනි. train වෙන්නේ නැතුව පුතේ ඕක කරන්න බෑ. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. හරිද? එහෙම වුණොත් වෙන්නේ නිකන් අර ශ්‍රී ලංකන් ක්‍රිකට් ටීම් එක වගේ තමයි. දැන් අර වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එකේ ශ්‍රී ලංකන් ක්‍රිකට් ටීම් එක ගිහලා ඉන්නවා. ඒකේ දැන් අපේ වනදු හසරංග නැහැ. ඊට පස්සේ මේ කවුද අපේ ෆාස්ට් බෝලර් දුෂ්මන්ත චමීර නැහැ. ඒ වගේ මේ මේන් ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා ගොඩ දෙනෙක් නැහැ ඉන්ජර්ඩ්ස්. අයියේ. ඉන්ජරි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඉන්ජරි වෙලා තියෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ෆිසිකල් ෆිට්නස් මොකක් කර වෙලා මදි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ෆිසිකල් ෆිට්නස් එක not enough කියන තමයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ බලන්න ක්‍රිකට් ටීම් එකට කොච්චර හොඳ කෝච් කෙනෙක් කෝච් කරත් වැඩක් නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ෆිට්නස් හදාගත්තේ නැත්තම්. තේරුණාද? තමුන්ගේ ෆිසිකල් ෆිට්නස් හදාගත්තේ නැත්තම් කොච්චර හොඳ කෝච් කෙනෙක් හිටියත් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එකේ ගින්න බෑනේ. තේරුණාද? මොකද ක්‍රිකට් ගහන නම් උන්ට ඕනේ ෆිසිකල් ෆිට්නස් එක. හරිද? ඒ වගේ තමයි පුතේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට. හරිද? ඕගොල්ලන්ටත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොච්චර හොඳ ටීචර් කෙනෙක්ගේ ක්ලාස් ගියත් වැඩක් නැහැ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොච්චර හොඳ ටීචර් කෙනෙක්ගේ ක්ලාස් ගියත් වැඩක් නැහැ. ඕගොල්ලෝගේ මයින්ඩ් එක ට්‍රේන් කරන්නේ නැත්තම්. එහෙම වෙන්නේ අර විදිහට අර අපේ ක්‍රිකට් ටීම් එකට වෙච්ච වැඩේම තමයි වෙන්නේ. හරි. අන්තිමට කෝච් ඉන්න හෙන රෑන්ක් කෝච් කෙනෙක් ඉන්නේ. හෙන රෑන්ක් කෝච් කෙනෙක් හිටියා වුණාට වැඩක් නැහැ. අපේ උන් ඉන්ජර්. ඒ වගේ තමයි. හරිද? ඕගොල්ලන්ට ටීච් කරන ටීචර් කොච්චර මේ හොඳුනත් වැඩක් නැහැ. ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ මයින්ඩ් ගේම් එක ගහුවේ නැත්තම්. ඒක මම කියන්නේ මම එදත් කිව්වා අපි මේක රැල්ලට ගිහලා තීරුමක් නැහැ. හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. හරිද? ටීචර් කොච්චර දක්ෂ වුණත් කොච්චර මේ හොඳ ටීචර් කෙනෙක් වුණත් වැඩක් නෑ පුතේ. ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරේ නැත්තම්. මේක මයින්ඩ් ගේම් එකක්. මම මේ ආයි කියලා කියන්නේ මේකයි. ආයි මේක කියන්නේ මයින්ඩ් ගේම් එකේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරන වැඩේ කරන්න පුළුවන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට විතරයි. ඒක මට කරන්නවත් වෙන ටීචර් කෙනෙක්ටවත් කරන්න බෑ පුතේ. කොච්චර හොඳ ටීචර් කෙනෙක් වුණත් කොච්චර දක්ෂ ටීචර් කෙනෙක් වුණත් කොච්චර ළමයි ගානක් ඉන්න ටීචර් කෙනෙක් වුණත් ඔයාගේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරන්න බෑ. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. තේරුණාද? කරන්න පුළුවන් එකම දේ ඕගොල්ලන්ව ඇසිස්ට් කරන එක විතරයි. හරිද? ඕගොල්ලන් ඇසිස්ට් කරන එක විතරයි. ඕගොල්ලන්ව ඒ වගේ තත්ත්වයට පත් කරන එක විතරයි කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි පත් වෙන්න ඕනි ඕගොල්ලෝ. හරිද? මම කොච්චර මේ දේ කිව්වත් මම දැන් මම හිතන්නේ මේක කියන මම තුන්වෙනි හරි හතරවෙනි හරි පාර මේ මයින්ඩ් කේස් එක. හරි. කොච්චර මං කිව්වත් වැඩක් නෑ ඕගොල්ලෝ ආයි මේ කැල්කියුලේෂන්ස් කරන්නේ හෙන ලෝන් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට නම්. හෙන ලෝන් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට නම් මං කොච්චර කිව්වත් වැඩක් නෑ. තේරුණාද? ඕගොල්ලෝ try කරන්න ඕනි මයින්ඩ් එකෙන් මේක මේ සිම්ප්ලිෆයි කරන්න. තේරුණාද? මයින්ඩ් එකෙන් කරන්න ඕනි. මයින්ඩ් එකෙන් කරන්න තමයි පුතේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් වෙන්නේ. හරිද? අපිට පුළුවන් නම් කැල්කියුලේෂන්ස් කරන්න බොහොම මේ ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට මම හිතන්නේ මම අර ඉනිෂියල් ස්ටේජ් වල මම කියා දුන්න පොඩි ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් ටිකක් ආයෙ මම කියා දෙන්නම් ආයෙ කතා කරනකොට ඒ වගේ ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට අපි කැල්කියුලේට් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් හරිද? ඒ කැල්කියුලේෂන්ස් තමයි අපේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරන්නේ. ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් තමයි අපේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරන්නේ. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. අපි කන්වෙන්ෂනල් මෙතඩ්ස් එකට යනවා නම් කන්වෙන්ෂනල් මෙතඩ්ස් එකට මම මේක සිම්ප්ලිෆයි කරනවා නම් කවදාවත් මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හරිද? ඒකෙන් ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් වෙනවා අපේ ලොජිකල් ඇබිලිටි එක. තේරුණාද? ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ තියරිටිකල් නොලෙජ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් වෙනවා. හරිද? හැබැයි අපේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් වෙනවා ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට යන්න ඕනේ. ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට යන්න ඕනි මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් වෙන්න. මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් නොවි මේ ගේම් එක ගහන එක අමාරුයි. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. හරිද? මොකද ඕගොල්ලෝ හොඳට බලන්න මේ පාර විතරයි මං හිතන්නේ මේ රිසර්ච් වැඩි. අනිත් හැම පාරකම පුතේ math science වල සබ්ජෙක්ට් කීයක් තියෙනවද? math science වල තියෙන සබ්ජෙක්ට් අපිට 4ක් තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ chemistry physics දෙගොල්ලන්ටම common නේ. chemistry physics දෙගොල්ලන්ට common, maths and bio. ඔය සබ්ජෙක්ට් 4. science stream එකේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් 4ක් තියෙනවා. ඒ 4ෙම average passing මේ percentage එක normally 50% යන්නේ. 50% කියලා කියන්නේ විභාගයට ගිහිල්ලා ඉඳගත්ත ළමයිගෙන් 50% fail කියන එක. අන්න ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. ඔය 50% fail වෙන්නේ O level හොඳම result ටික. අන්න ඒකත් හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. මොකද O level කරලා bestම ළමයි ටික තමයි maths science කරන්නේ. maths science කරන්නේ O level වල ඉන්න bestම ළමයි ටික. හොඳම meters ටික. හොඳම meters ටිකත් ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන මේ 50% fail වෙනවා නම් තේරුමක් තියෙනවා. ඔය 50% fail වෙන්නේ මේ මුළු අයිලන්ඩ් එකේම ඉන්න හොඳම ටීචර්ස්ලා ගිහී කට්ටියම තමයි කට්ටියම. හරිද? ඒකයි මං කියන්නේ ටීචර් කොච්චර දක්ෂ වුණත් වැඩක් නෑ පුතේ. ඕගොල්ලෝ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මයින්ඩ් එක හදාගත්තේ නැත්නම්. ඒක ටීචර්ට කරන්න බෑ. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. ඒක ඕගොල්ලෝ කරන්න ඕන දෙයක්. ඕගොල්ලෝ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරගන්න ඕන දෙයක්. මම ඒක ඕගොල්ලන්ට ක්‍රමානුකූලව ඕගොල්ලන්ට කියා දෙන්න. මෙන්න මෙහෙම මේක කරන්න කියලා. හැබැයි ඒක කරන්න ඕනේ ඕගොල්ලෝ. හරිද? ඒක කරන්න ඕනේ ඕගොල්ලෝ. මතක තියාගන්න ඒක හොඳට. ඒක ට්‍රේන් වෙන්නේ නැතුව කවදාවත් මේක අර අපිට ඕනි රිසල්ට් එක ගන්න අමාරුයි. හරිද? ඒක මම කියන්නේ හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. මම මේ කරන්න හදන්නේ ඒකයි. මම ඕගොල්ලන්ට හැම වෙලේම කිව්වේ ඕගොල්ලෝ හදන ආන්සර් ෂීට්ස් මට එවන්න, ඕගොල්ලෝ කදු කැල්කියුලේෂන් ෂීට්ස් මට එවන්න. එතකොට මට පුළුවන් ඕගොල්ලන් කැල්කියුලේෂන්ස් බලලා ඕගොල්ලෝ හදලා තියෙන්නේ ලෝන් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට නම් මට කියා දෙන්න මේක ලෝන් මෙතඩ්ස් එකක් මේක හදන්න එපා මේ විදිහට කියලා. තේරුණාද? ඒක මම කියන්නේ හැම වෙලේම මේක යූස් කරන්න. එහෙම නැතුව ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරන්න අමාරුයි. ඒක ළමෙක්ට කරන්න බෑ. ළමෙක්ට කරන්න පුළුවන් කවුරු හරි ඒක ඇසිස්ට් කරොත් විතරයි. තේරුණාද? ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. මොකද සමහර ළමයිට කරන්න පුළුවන් හැමෝටම නෙමෙයි මම කියන්නේ. සමහර ළමයිට සෙල්ෆ් ඩිසිප්ලින් එකක් තියෙනවා. සෙල්ෆ් ඩිසිප්ලින් එකක් තියෙනවා. සෙල්ෆ් මොටිවේෂන්ස් කරන්න පුළුවන් ළමයි ඉන්නවා. හරිද? ඒක නිසා ඒගොල්ලන්ට සෙල්ෆ් මේ කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ කොන්ෆිඩන්ස්. ඒගොල්ලන්ට කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් වෙලා ඒගොල්ලන්ට තනියෙන් යන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම ළමයි ඉන්නවා. නමුත් බහුතරයක් ඒක බෑ. බහුතරයක් බැරි නිසා තමයි 50% ෆේල් වෙන්නේ. තේරෙනවද? 50% ෆේල් වෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ ඉතින් මේ 50% එක කරගන්න බෑ කියන එකනේ. තේරෙනවද? ඒක මම කියන්නේ හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. අපි ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඒ ගයිඩ් කරන්නේ ඒ ගයිඩන්ස් එක අවශ්‍ය නිසා. හරිද? මම හැම වෙලේම කියන්නේ ඒකයි. ඕගොල්ලෝ ක්ලාසස් කීයකට ගියත් මම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. මම එහෙම මුකුත් කියන්නේ නෑ. ක්ලාසස් කීයට ගියත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ පුතේ. හැබැයි තේරුම් ගන්න ක්ලාසස් නෙවෙයි මෙතන ප්‍රශ්නේ. ක්ලාසස් නෙවෙයි මෙතන ප්‍රශ්නේ. ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මයින්ඩ් එක හදාගන්න නැතිකම. තේරුණාද? ඔය හැමෝම බලන්න හැම ටීචර් කෙනෙක්ගම බලන්න. ඔය 150 ෆේල් වුණා නම් පුතේ ඒ කියන්නේ 50% ෆේල් වුණා නම් ඉතින් 50% ඉන්න ඕනි පුතේ. ඔය හැමෝම ඔය ටියුෂන්ස් ගිය කට්ටිය ගාවනේ ඉන්න ඕනි. නේද? වෙන කාගම ටියුෂන් නොගිය කට්ටියද 50% කියන්නේ? නෑ, කයි කට්ටිය ටියුෂන් ගිහලා ඉන්නේ. මොකක්ද වෙනස? අයි කට්ටියකට පාස් වෙන්න පුළුවන් අනිත් කට්ටිය ෆේල් වෙන්නේ. වෙනස මොකක්ද? වෙනස එකම දේ මයින්ඩ් එක. තමුන්ගේ මේ මයින්ඩ් එක කියන්නේ තමුන් හරියට ට්‍රැක් එකට වැටෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ පුතේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරගන්නවා කියන එක. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරගන්නවා කියන එක තමයි මේකේ තියෙන එකම විදිය ගොඩ එන්න. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ ෂෝට් කට් මෙතඩ් වලින් ගාන දැක්ක ගමන් අපිට මීටර වෙන්න ඕනේ. ගාන හදන විදිය. ගාන දැක්ක ගමන් මීටර වෙන්න අපි ෂෝට් කට් මෙතඩ් එකෙන් ගාන හදන විදිය අපි එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ පුළුවන් තරම් ගණන් හදලා. ඒ වගේම මේ ගණන් හදලා තියෙන්න ඕනෙත් අපි හොඳට ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට. ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් යූස් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ හැම මෙතඩ් එකක්ම යූස් කරලා අපි ගණන් හදලා තියෙනවා. හරි. අන්න ඒකයි මෙතන තියෙන වැදගත්ම දේ. හරිද? ඒක නිසා මතක තියාගන්න ගණන් ඒක අපි දෙන මේ ටියුට්ස් වල වේවා පාස් පේපර්ස් වල වේවා ඒ ක්වෙස්චන්ස් පුළුවන් තරම් අපි කරන්න ඕනේ. අඩුවෙන් ක්වෙස්චන්ස් කරලා මේක ගොඩ එන්න බෑ. ක්වෙස්චන්ස් කවුරු හරි කියන්න පුළුවන් මම ඉදත් කියෝ වගේ කවුරුට කියන්න පුළුවන් මේක ලොකුවට ක්වෙස්චන්ස් කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. නමුත් තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ කියලා. ඇත්ත ඉතින් ක්වෙස්චන්ස් කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ මේ තියරේ තෝරගන්න. නමුත් අපි ක්වෙස්චන්ස් පුළුවන් තරම් කරන එකත් එක්ක තමයි පුතේ අපේ එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක එන්නේ. තේරුණාද? එතකොට මේ ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් දැක්ක ගමන් ඔයාගොල්ලන්ට මීටර වෙනවා. ආ මේ ක්වෙස්චන් එක මේ වගේ එකක් මම දැකලා තියෙනවා. මම මේ වගේ එකක් හදලා තියෙනවා. ඒ එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක තමයි පුතේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට යූස් වෙන්නේ ඉස්සරහට වැඩේ කරන්න. තේරුණාද? දැන් අපිට උනත් සාමාන්‍ය ජීවිතේ උනත් පුතේ අපේ ලයිෆ් එකේ මොකක් හරි මේ ඩිසිෂන් එකක් ගන්න අපේ එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එකත් එක්කනේ. නිකම්ම හිතන්න ටැප් එකක් කැඩෙනවා. ටැප් එකක් කැඩලා තියෙනවා ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ගෙදර. ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ගෙදර ටැප් එකක් කැඩලා තියෙන ටැප් එකක් ඔයාලට හදාගන්න ටක් ගාලා පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ කලින් ඔයාගොල්ලෝ ටැප් එකක් හදලා තියෙනවා ටක් ගාලා හදන්න. නේ? එහෙම නැත්තම් ටිකක් වෙලා යනවනේ මොකද්ද කරන්න ඕනේ මොනවද ගේන්න ඕනේ කොහෙන්ද වහන්න ඕනේ ටැප් එක ඒව හිතන්න. ඒකයි කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේක ටයිම් එකත් එක්ක තියෙන ගේම් එකක් නේ. ටයිම් එකත් එක්ක තියෙන ගේම් එකක් නම් අපි දැනගන්න ඕනි within a short time answers වලට යන්න. within a short time answers වලට යන්න නම් අපිට පුතේ experience තියෙන්න ඕනි questions ගැන. හරිද? මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පෙන්නන්නම් ඊයේත් මම අර ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ පාස් පේපර්ස් මේ questions paper එක හදනකොට මම ආය පාර පාස් පේපර්ස් මේ ගියා මේ 1979 වලද එතකොටත් මම දැක්ක දැන් ගිය අවුරුද්දේ මේ last time pass paper මේ last time question paper මේ LL paper එක ගත්තොත් එහෙම හම්බෙලා තියෙන questions වලින් 70ක් විතරම පුතේ pass paper questions. හරි. ඒ කියන්නේ pass papers කරලා experience එක තියෙනවා නම් මේ මිනිස්සු අනිවාර්යෙන් B pass එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් ගන්න. ඊට පස්සේ එතනින් එහාට ගන්න තියෙන එක උගේ වැඩ. හැබැයි pass papers කරලා විතරක් experience තියෙනවා නම් මුනිහට අනිවාර්යෙන් B pass එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? ඒකයි කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍ය ෆිසික්ස් කියන්නේ මාරම ලේසි සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් පුතේ. ෆිසික්ස් විතරක් නෙවෙයි ඉතුරු ඒවාත් එහෙම තමයි. හැබැයි අපි තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනි ඒක කරන්න නම් අපේ මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරගන්න ඕනි කියන්නේ. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. මයින්ඩ් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ අපේ මැතමැටිකල් ඇබිලිටි එක. මැතමැටිකල් ඇබිලිටි එක අපි සුපර් කරගන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? ඒක අපි කරගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක නිකන් ඉඳලා කරන්න බෑ. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. හරිද? මං සමහරට කියලා ඇති මං කොහොමද මං ඒ ලෙවල් මේ වලට තෝරගත්තේ කියලා මම සාමාන්‍ය මම ප්ලෑන් කරපු විදිහට ගොඩක් වෙනස් ඕගලන්ට වගේ නෙමෙයි මං හිතන්නේ මම ග්‍රේඩ් 7 වලදී තමයි මං හිතුවේ බයෝ කරනවා කියලා ග්‍රේඩ් 7 ඉඳන් මම බයෝ පොත් එකතු කරා බයෝ පොත් එකතු කරලා මම නිකන් බලනවා ඒ කාලේ නම් බලනවා ඒ කියන්නේ ලොකුවට ඉතින් තේරුම් ගන්න අමාරුකම නැහැනේ ඊට පස්සේ හැබැයි ඒක මට හරියන්නේ නැහැ කියලා තේරුනේ ග්‍රේඩ් 10 වලට එනකොට මට තේරුණා ඒක හරියන්නේ නැහැ මම මැත්ස් කරනවා කියලා. එතනින් පස්සේ තමයි මම මැත්ස් කරන්න පටන් මේ ප්ලෑන් කරේ ග්‍රේඩ් 10 ඉඳන් මම තනිකරම කරේ පුතේ මැත්ස් වල ලයිබ්‍රරියට ගිහිල්ලා මැත්ස් වල පොත් එහෙම අරගෙන ඒ කාලේ මේ වගේ ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකක් මම නැහැනේ මේ මැත්ස් පොත් අරගෙන පුළුවන් තරම් මම මැත්ස් කරන්න ගත්තා. මැත්ස් කරන්න අරගෙන පුළුවන් තරම් ක්වෙස්චන්ස් කරා මගේ ටාගට් එක තිබ්බේ කොහොම හරි මම වේගෙන් මගේ වේගය හදාගන්න තමයි මගේ ටාගට් එක තිබ්බේ. හරිද? මම ටාගට් එක මම කොහොම හරි මම ඇචීව් කරා අන්තිමට 3 hour paper එක මට මම 1 hour වලින් මම ඉවර කරනවා. එක්සාම් එකේදී 3 hour paper එක මම 1 hour වලින් ඉවරයි. ඒක තමයි මට A level වලටත් මැත්ස් වල මාරම මේකක් ආවේ. A level සෙකෂයි කරනකොටත් මම මේ ක්වෙස්චන්ස් 6ක් හදන් තියෙන පේපර් එකේ මම ක්වෙස්චන්ස් 9ම මම 3 hours වලින් හදනවා. එහෙම කරේ මගේ අර ස්පීඩ් එක මම අර මේ මම්ම හදාගත්ත නිසා. හරි. ඒක කරේ වෙනම කිසිම දෙයක් නිසා නෙවෙයි. කොහොමවත් නෙවෙයි මම තනි කරම කරේ ක්වෙස්චන්ම තමයි. ක්වෙස්චන්ස් පුළුවන් තරම් වේගෙන් මම කරනවා. මම ඒකයි ඕගොල්ලන්ට කිව්වෙත් ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ MCQ පේපර් එකේ ක්වෙස්චන්ස් කරනකොට MCQ ඩියුටි එකේ ක්වෙස්චන්ස් කරනකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ ක්වෙස්චන්ස් 20ක් නම් කරන්නේ අනිවාර්යෙන් 20 minutes දාන්න. 40 minutes දාන්න. 40 minutes වලින් එහා දාන්න එපා. තේරුණාද? ටයිම් එකට මේක කරන්න. ටයිම් එකට මේක කරේ නැත්නම් කවදාවත් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ටයිම් එක හැදෙන්නේ නැහැ. කවදාවත් ඕගොල්ලෝ ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ් වලට යන්නේ නැහැ. ඕගොල්ලෝ ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ් හිතන්නේවත් නැහැ. ඕගොල්ලෝ හදන්නේ ක්වෙස්චන් එක හරියට කරන්න. ඒක කරන්න ඕනේ. ක්වෙස්චන් එක හරියට කරන්න ඕනේ. The most important thing is you should do all the questions within the given time. That is the most important thing. තේරුණාද? ඒක නිසා ඕගොල්ලෝ questions හිතන්නකො questions 20ක් කරනවා කියලා questions 20 40 minutes වලින් ඔයාලට කරන්න පුළුවන් questions 30යි නම් හරියට ඒ 30 හරියට කරන්න. ඊට පස්සේ improve කරගන්න 30 questions 35 questions වලට 35 questions 40 sorry මේ 15 questions නම් 20 වලින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ improve කරගන්න එක 20 වලට. හැබැයි 40 minutes වලින් එහා කිසිම දෙයක් දාන්න එපා. හරි මම මේ කියන්න හේතුව අද මම එක්සෑම් පේපර්ස් කරන නිසා මතක තියාගන්න හොඳට අපිට දීලා තියෙන ටයිම් එක අපි කරන්න ඕන. ඒක නිසා පුළුවන් තරම් ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් යූස් කරන්න මම කලින් ඕගොල්ලන්ට කිව්වා මොනවද අපි ආන්සර්ස් රිමූව් කරන්න පුළුවන් මෙතඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා. වෙන්න බැරි ආන්සර්ස් මට රිමූව් කරන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මට මේ බැලන්ස් ආන්සර්ස් වලින් ටක් ගාලා මගේ ආන්සර්ස් එක ප්ලෑන් පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ ක්වෙස්චන්ස් ඕනි තරම් මේකෙත් තිබ්බා. මට එක වැලියුවක් විතරක් හොයාගත්තට පස්සේ තනිකර මේ ආන්සර් එක ගහන්න පුළුවන් අවස්ථා තිබ්බා. ඒ වගේ තැන් යූස් කරන්න. තේරුණාද? අපි ට්‍රිකි වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක හොඳම මතකද? අපි ට්‍රිකි වෙන්න ඕනේ. ට්‍රිකි වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා කියන්නේ පුතේ දැන් නිකම්ම හිතන්න මෙතන මම එක ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් දැක්කා ABC කියලා වැලියුස් 3ක් හොයන්න තියෙනවා අර පවර්ස් 3. හැබැයි ඒක අපිට අග්ගාලා හොයන්න පුළුවන් වැලියු එක B වැලියු එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. B වැලියු එක උත්තරේ මම හිතන්නේ දෙක දුක තිබේ. ඒ උත්තරේ තියෙන ඒ ආන්සර් එකේ තියෙන එකම එක ආන්සර් එකයි තියෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් මම A and C හොයලා මට තේරුමක් තියෙනවා. මට අරක ෂුවර් නම් මම හොයපු B වැලියු එක ෂුවර් නම් මට A and C හොයන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඇයි මම A and C හොයන්නේ? මේක MCQ පේපර් එකක්. MCQ පේපර් එකක යන්න පුළුවන් ලේසිම විදිහ යන්න. කවුරුත් අහන්නේ නැහැ කොහොමද හැදුවේ කියලා. එහා පැත්ත එකකින් බලාගත්ත කියලා අහන්නෙත් නැහැනේ. එහෙම බලාගන්න එපා මං කියන්නේ. නමුත් ඒකත් හොයාගන්න බෑ. තේරුණා? ඒක නිසා MCQ පේපර් එකක පුළුවන් තරම් ෂෝට්කට් මෙතඩ්ස් වලට යන්න. හරිද? ඒකයි වැදගත් දේ. හොඳයි. මම මෙයායි කියලා කිව්වේ මතක තියාගන්න ඕගොල්ලන්ව මේ මට්ටමට ගේන්න පුළුවන් හැමදේම මම ඕගොල්ලන්ට කරනවා. ඒක නිසා මෙතනින් එහාට සමහර වෙලාවට අපේ මේ යන විදිය ගොඩක් වැඩ වැඩි වෙයි. ගොඩක් වැඩ වැඩි වෙයි. මම ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ඉල්ලන දේවල් ගොඩක් වැඩි වෙන්න ඉඩ තියෙනවා. හරිද? ඒක නිසා ඒකත් මතක තියාගන්න හොඳට. හැබැයි මං මේ මට්ටමට ඕගොල්ලන්ව ගේන්න පුළුවන් තරම් try එකක් දෙනවා පුතේ. හරිද? එතනින් එහාට ඕගොල්ලෝ ඒක තීරුම් අරගෙන ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ කමිට්මන්ට් එක දෙන එක ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ සතුටක් වීම. හරිද? ඒක නිසා මතක තියාගන්න ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ කමිට්මන්ට් එක නැතුව මේක කරන්න බෑ. ඒ කමිට්මන්ට් එක දෙන්න. කමිට්මන්ට් එක දීලා පුළුවන් තරම් මේ වැඩේ කරන්න. හරි? ඊළඟට මේත් එක්කම කියන්න ඕනි දැන් රෙකෝඩින්ග්ස් බලන ළමයි ඉන්නවා මට ඒගොල්ලෝ මුලින්ම කියලා තියෙනවා මම මේක රෙකෝඩින්ග්ස් බලනවා සර් කියලා. ලයිව් ක්ලාසස් එන ළමයි ඉන්නවා. ලයිව් ක්ලාසස් එන ළමයිට ලයිව් ක්ලාසස් එන්න බැරි මොකක් හරි රීසන් එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ලයිව් ක්ලාස් එන්න කලින් මට මේක මැසේජ් එකක් දාන්න සර් මට ක්ලාස් එන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැද කියලා. හරිද? මොකද අපි දන්නේ නැහැ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ක්ලාස් එනවද ක්ලාස් වලට ලොග් වෙනවද නැද්ද කිසිම දෙයක් මම දන්නෙත් නැහැනේ. මොකද මේක මේ ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාස් එකක් නේ පුතේ. අන්තිමට අවුරුදු දෙකකින් ගියාට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ පේරන්ට්ස්ලා අපෙන් ප්‍රශ්න කරන්න පුළුවන් කොහොමයි කියලා. ඒක නිසා කවුරු හරි ලයිව් ක්ලාසස් එන්නේ නැත්නම් ඒක මට මැසේජ් එකක් දාලා කියන්න සර් මට අද එන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ මෙන්න මේ රීසන් එක කියලා. එහෙම ළමයි ඉන්න ඕන තරම්. හරිද? රීසන් එක කියලා එන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියපු ළමයි ඕන තරම් ඉන්නවා. ඒක නිසා රීසන් එක නොකිය ණයවිත් ඉන්න එපා. රීසන් එක නොකිය ණයවිත් ඉන්න එපා. එතකොට මම දන්නා මෙන්න මේ ළමයා මේ දවසේ ආවේ නැහැ කියලා. එතකොට ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ පේරන්ට්ස්ලා කවදා හරි මගෙන් ප්‍රශ්න කරොත් මට පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ ක්ලාස් එක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන ටික. හරිද? ඒ නිසා මතක තියාගන්න ලයිව් ක්ලාසස් වලට අනිවාර්යෙන් පුළුවන් තරම් මේ ඒකට පාර්ටිසිපේට් වෙන්න. එහෙම බැරිම අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා මට ඒක ඉන්ෆෝම් කරන්න. ඉන්ෆෝම් කරාට පස්සේ ඒක කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. ඒකත් මතක තියාගන්න. හොඳයි? හරි. හොඳයි. අපි යමු question number 25 එකට පුතේ. 25 කරේ. Okay. Let's go to question number 26. 26. So what is the answer for question number 26? 26. Go. I need you to respond. Question number 26. Yes. Others? Others? Yes. Good. Good. Okay. Fifth one. Answer is correct. Answer is correct. Yes. Good. Fifth one. Okay. Again, I think if you remember the equation, you can go for the answers very quickly. But most of I think you don't remember the equations. Don't worry, because this equations in unit number 3. So I can use my dimensional analysis knowledge to get the value of x. L over 2x. This is the equation that is given in the question. So according to the question, L is a length, and T is a time. L is a length and T is a time, and we have to find the dimension of x. Okay. Okay. In this question, I have used the entire equation because wait a minute. Okay, this is the question, Buddha. This is the question. You have to find the dimension of x. Okay. So in this case, you know 2, 5 is a constant, 2 is a constant. So you don't want to write those values when you simplifying the answer. Those values are useless. Those are just numbers, no? So those values are useless. Those values are useless. Don't write this one in when you simplify this equation. Okay. Okay. T is a time. L is a length. Then I have to find the value of dimension of x. Dimension of x. So simply you can take the square of both sides. Square of both sides. That means t square. T squared is equal L over x. I don't want to write others. Okay, I just want to find the dimension. No, so just write the dimensions only. Just write the dimensions only. Okay, then you can subject x. X is equal L to the L t to the power minus 2. If you subject x, x is equal L over t square. L over t square. You can do the cross product here. Then you can bring this t into the numerator. When you bring the t into the numerator, there is a plus 2. Plus 2 will be converted into minus 2. Okay. So x is equal L t minus 2. LT minus 2 means it is the dimension of acceleration. So the correct answer is answer number 5. It should be gravitational acceleration. It can be gravitational acceleration. Okay. Answer number 5. 27. The angular momentum of an electron by Bohr's theory is given by MVR or this one. Okay. The equation as follows. The unit of H. So what is the answer? 27. What is the answer? 27. What is the answer for question number 27? All the terms are given. All the terms are given. Where v is a velocity, n is the orbit in which the electron is revolving. M is mass of the electron, and r is the radius of the nth orbit. So n is just a number. Okay. N is the orbit in which the electron is resolving. That means n is just a number. Okay. And 5 also, 2, 5 also a number, puta. Then H is equal MVR. M is measured by kilogram. M is mass. No. M is mass. Mass is measured by kilogram. V is velocity. Velocity is measured by ms minus 1. And r is radius. Radius means length. Length is measured by meter. So this is equal to kilogram meter squared s minus 1. Kilogram meter squared s minus 1. Okay. Look at this. N is a number. So I didn't consider that one. N is a number, 2, 5 also a number. So left hand side, H is the only physical quantity in the left hand side. So H is equal to MVR. So I can consider the H value can be the dimension of H is equal to the dimension of MVR. MVR. So MVR means M is kilograms, V means it is a velocity, that means ms minus 1. Then radius is meter, so it is meter. So now I have this one. But that answer is not within the 5 answers. No, that is not within the 5 answers. In this case, I have to convert this derived unit into a special name. No, you can see this one. You can see if I write this one as a power, maybe force, there should be minus S2. There should be minus S2, no? Minus S2. Sorry, minus 2S. Minus 2. There should be minus 2. But in this case, there is only minus 1. There is only minus 1. So suppose if I divide this one by second and multiply this one by second, there won't be any change. No, there won't be any change. I have divided this one by seconds and multiply it by seconds. So there is no change in the initial expression. No, I have divided it by the same number and multiply it by the same number. Okay, therefore no change for the initial expression. But I can simplify this one. I can simplify this one. Kilogram meter squared S minus 1 divided by S. So I can take this S into the numerator. Here there is plus 1. If I bring that one into the numerator, it will be minus 1. So if I bring this S into the numerator, it will be minus 1. That means minus 2. Kilogram meter squared minus 2 into S. If you can remember this one, that means this is the unit of energy. Energy. Power into distance. Power into distance means energy or work done. Energy is measured by joule. So this is equal to joule. Kg ms minus 2 means power, force no puta. Kg ms minus 2 is equal to force. Kg m squared means force into distance. Force into distance means this is an energy. Or this is a work done. So it is measured by joule and S. So this is equal to joule second. Okay. Everyone, do you understand? Everyone, I need you to respond.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Others? Give me a thumb at least. Thank you. Okay. 28. Question number 28. What is the answer for question number 28? What is the answer for the question number 28? 28. Three. Others? Okay, look at this. C is equal A theta B theta square. B theta square. You are given this kind of equation. You are given this kind of equation. Then you are given C is heat capacity. C is heat capacity. Then theta is if the unit of theta is Kelvin, K, the unit of B will be how to do that? So what is the argument? What is the logic that you have used in this question? Look at this. Look at this. This is an equation. This is an equation. If it is an equation, all the terms should have same dimension. All the terms should have same dimension. That means this is a heat capacity. So this one should be a heat capacity and this one should be a heat capacity. So all the terms, each and every terms in this equation should have same dimension. So B theta cube should be a heat capacity. Should be represented a heat capacity. So the dimension of B theta squared should be equal to the dimension of theta, dimension of C. Okay. Heat capacity. I think it was given in the Tute. Heat capacity, no? Heat capacity. Actually, the heat capacity, C. You know this equation. No, I think you know about Q equal MC theta. Equation. Q. Heat energy is equal MC theta. You know this one. If I subject MC here, MC is equal Q over theta. Q is heat energy, theta is temperature difference. This MC product, M is mass, C is specific heat capacity. This is mass into specific heat capacity. So this product, that means mass into specific heat capacity product is called as the heat capacity. This is called as capital C, heat capacity. So heat capacity is equal to Q over theta. Means Q means heat energy puta. Heat energy, that is energy is measured by joule, and theta is a temperature difference. Temperature difference is measured by Kelvin. So joule over Kelvin, that means JK minus 1. So the unit of heat capacity is equal to JK minus 1. That means joule per Kelvin. Okay. So if anyone do not know this equation, you can write this one. Heat capacity. So the unit of this one is equal to j k minus 1. Here unit of B into unit of theta. Theta is a temperature, so there is the unit of theta cube. That means K cube is equal jk minus 1. Jk minus 1. From that I can determine the unit of B is equal. You have to subject B. If you want to subject B, you have to bring this K cube to the right hand side. So if you bring K cube to the right hand side, it will be K minus cube. So K to the power minus 3 plus K to the power minus 1 means K to the power minus 4. K to the power minus 4. So J K to the power minus 4 B is equal J K to the power minus 4. Okay. Did you get my point, everyone? Thank you. Okay. Shall I erase this? Erase this one. Shall I erase? මට ඉන්නේ භූත ළමයි ටිකක් ඉන්නේ. Shall I erase? Okay. Thank you. Then question number 29. What is the answer for question number 29? Taggal දාන්න answers ටික. What is the answer for question number 29? Third, fourth. Okay. Answer is third. Third answer. Third one. 29. Okay. It is given the period time, the periodic time of an object which is in simple harmonic motion is given by the following equation. The equation is T equal 2 square root K over GD. Here G is gravitational, universal gravitational constant. If you don't know about universal gravitational constant, you can derive the dimensions of universal gravitational constant using the next equation. It is universal gravitational equation F equal G into m1 m2 over r square. So If anyone want to derive the dimension of G, you can use that equation. Okay. The original question, this part is not in the original question, but I have added this part because you may do not know about this equation. So if anyone do not remember the dimension of G, you can use this equation to derive the the dimension of G. Okay. Okay. F equal G into M1 M2 over R squared. Okay. M is ML square ML. It is a force ML T minus 2 ML T to the power minus 2. Then G here there are two M's. There are two M's means two masses. Two masses means the dimension of two masses is M squared. Then R is a length. Length is squared means it is equal to L squared. L squared. So G is equal M minus 1 because there are two M's here. If I bring two M's to this side, it will be minus 2. Minus 2 plus minus 1 means minus 1. Minus 1. Then I have to take L2 to the right hand side. So I have to multiply this one. So here's L1 and here's L2. 1 plus 2 means 3. L3. Then e to the power minus 2. So that is the dimension of G. That is the dimension of G. Then go to the equation. Here I want to find the physical quantity of D. It is given K is a dimensionless constant. So I don't want to consider the K and 2 phi. So I can simply write K is equal 1 over GD. Okay. This is not the equation. Because this is a dimensional equation. Okay. Dimensional equation. Okay. All right. So I can write dimensional equation. So I can write dimension is equal. I can square. Now I can square two side GD. Now I can square two sides. Okay. I can square two sides. If I square two sides, T squared is equal. I'm not going to write this one. Okay. 2 phi and K. I'm not going to write this one because it is useless. Those are dimensionless constants. So I don't want to write this one. Okay. Actually, this is a dimensional equation. So if you write this equation in your second paper, you have to apply this symbol. Okay. This is a dimensional equation. Dimension of T squared is equal 1 over dimension of GD. Okay. But this is MCQ question, so I am not going to use these brackets. Okay. I'm not going to use this bracket as this is an MCQ question. Okay. But if it is a essay question, you cannot simply remove these two. Okay. You can say the dimension of T is equal dimension of GD. Dimension of T squared is equal dimension of GD. Okay, then I can subject D. If I subject D, I have to take D here and bring T squared here. It's equal 1 over G T squared. 1 over GT squared. Then apply, then substitute the value of G. Substitute the value of G. So 1 over GT squared means M minus 1, L minus 2. I'm not going to write T because here you can see T minus 2. You can see T minus 2. Here T plus 2. If you replace G using this value, T plus 2 and T minus 2 will be cancelled out. So you can use your mind and remove your pencil. Just write M and L. Just write M and L. So if I take this one into the numerator, it will be M plus 1, L minus 3. ML minus 3 means it should be a density. This is mass over volume. Mass over volume means density. Mass over volume means density. So D is a density. Everyone, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Look at this, Puta. Look at this. In here, we are asked to find the dimension of D. So what is the physical quantity represented by D means we have to find the dimension of D. Once we find the dimension of D, we can determine what is the physical quantity represented by D. Okay. In this kind of question, they do not ask to determine the dimension of D. They do not ask like that. Okay. They ask what is the equivalent physical quantity for D. What is the equivalent physical quantity for D? Then how should we determine that one? We can use the dimensional analysis. Okay. In this kind of question, they do not ask to determine the dimension, but they ask to find the equal physical quantity. So if you want to find the equal physical quantity, you have to apply the dimensional analysis. It is the easiest way. Otherwise, you can use units, but it is depend on the question. Maybe using unit will be easy for some question, but in this question, it is not easy. So using dimensional analysis, it is very easy to determine the physical quantity that is represented by D. Okay, so use dimensional analysis, Puta. Use dimensional analysis to determine the dimension of D. Once you determine the dimension of D, then you can determine what is the physical quantity represented by D. Here, the equation. This is the equation with simple D. In this equation, there is a physical quantity, capital G. It is universal gravitational constant. So if you don't remember the dimension of universal gravitational constant, you can use the second equation, that is F equal G into M1 M2 over R squared to determine the universal gravitational constant. In here, F is a force. I have to determine the unit of dimension of G. M is a mass. M is a mass, so M means M is squared here. R is a length, so length squared means L is squared here. So if I subject G, look at this. Here, there is a M. This M will be cancelled out with 1M here. 1M here. So if I subject G, I have to bring this M to this side. So if I bring this M to this side, it will be minus, the power will be minus 1. The power will be minus 1. Power will be minus 1. Because I have to do the cross product. No? If I do the cross product, it will be come to the denominator of this side. So I have to take that into the numerator. So it will be minus 1. It will be minus 1. Then here there's L to the power 1 and here L to the power 2. So if I subject G, I have to bring L here. That means the answer is L to the power 1 into L to the power 2 means L to the power 3. And remaining is T square. T square. Then here, this is the equation. So if I want to subject D, I have to take the square of both sides. Take the square of both sides. Okay. As I'm going to take the dimensions, I don't want to write numerical values here because I'm going to take dimension. So dimension of T squared. Dimension of T squared is equal to dimension of GD. Dimension of GD, because K, dimension of K is given as 1, dimensionless constant. 2, 5 is a numerical value, so it doesn't have a dimension. So I don't want to write that. Okay. So dimension of both of them is equal to 1. Dimensionless constants. Then I have to subject D. If I subject D, I have to use cross product. So I have to bring D here and I have to take this T square to here. If I bring D here, this will be here. Then I have to take this T square to the denominator. Now you can apply the dimension of G. Dimension of G. Dimension of G, M minus 1, M to the power minus 1, L to the power minus, L to the power plus 3. Here, T to the power minus 2 here, T to the power minus 2 here, and there is T to the power plus 2. T to the power plus 2 and T to the power minus 2. If they are multiplied, the powers will be added. The powers will be added. Plus 2 and minus 2. If they added, that means T to the power 0. T to the power 0 means 1. T to the power 0 means 1. So I don't want to write this one. T to the power 0 means 1. Then you can simplify this one. You can take this one into the denominator. So M L to the power minus 3. M L to the power minus 3 means M over L3. No, M over L3 means M is mass. L3 means volume. Mass over volume. Mass over volume is density. Mass over volume is density. Okay. Do you understand? Everyone, I need your response very quickly. Thank you. Others? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Pata. 30th question. 30th question. Look at that one. 33. What is the answer? What is the answer? 30th question answer. Tell me very quickly. Others? Others? One. Oh, and it's Boo 30. What is the answer for question number 30? I need you to respond. There's only 2 respond. So what is the answer? Okay. Here there is a equation. Equation is A is equal A naught e to the power minus lambda t. T is a time. It is given t is a time. It is given t is a time. T is a time. So equation is A is equal A to the A0 e to the power minus lambda t. Okay. So what is the dimension of lambda? What is the dimension of lambda? According to our theory, of dimensional analysis, I have clearly said, if there is a power, power should be a number. If there's a power, no matter what is the basis, if there's a power should be a number. Power should be a number, Putta. We have done a lot of questions regarding that. Okay. No matter what is the basis, any power should be a number. It is a numerical value. So this one should be a numerical value. In here, what is the power? Lambda t is a power. Lambda t is the power. So lambda t should be a number. Lambda t should be a number. Then lambda should be the reciprocal of t, no? Reciprocal of t. That means t minus 1. No? This is a power, no? This is a power. Any power should be a number. So dimension of lambda t. Should be equal to 1. Because it is a number. Therefore, dimension of lambda should be equal to 1 over dimension of t. Don't write this one. You may take it as using your mind. Don't write anything. In this question, you can do this question with use your mind. Okay. Lambda t should be equal to 1. That means lambda should be equal to reciprocal of t. Reciprocal of t means t to the power minus 1. T to the power minus 1. T to the power minus 1. 1 over t. 1 over t means if I bring this t to the numerator, it will be t to the power minus 1. T to the power minus 1. தெரியும்? Third question. Did you understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Others? Okay. Question number 31. Question number 31. What is the answer for question number 31? I will give you a break after this one. After this question, I will give you a break, okay? Question number 31. Third one. Others? Third, yes. Dimension of K. We have to find dimension of K. It is easy one. So you have to put dimension of P and dimension of V here. P and V here. P and V here. Yes. PV is equal to K. So we are asked to find dimension of K. So dimension of K is equal to dimension of this one. Don't try this one. Don't try this one. Okay. Dimension of P means pressure. Dimension of pressure is M L minus 1 T minus 2 puta. Dimension of volume means L to the power 3 L to the power 3. So you have to simplify this one. You have to simplify this one. M minus 1 plus 3, that means plus 2 T to the power minus 2 T to the power minus 2. So answer is third answer. Now you can take a break. 10 minutes break. No, yeah. Take a 10 minutes break and come back. Once you come back, I will give you a past paper question paper. Today we are going to discuss about past paper questions. What kind of questions may in past papers and how to do that. Okay. After the break, we will have past paper question paper. Okay. Okay. Take a break, Puta. Take a 10 minutes break. Okay. Okay. So no, Puta, but you don't want to memorize all the dimensions, but the main physical quantity, that means pressure, density, force, energy, that kind of power, that kind of physical quantities are actually using very frequently. Okay, they are we are using those kind of physical quantity very frequently. Therefore, it is very better to memorize those dimension. Otherwise, you have to derive this one again and again. It is very hard thing, and other thing is it is very time consuming thing. Okay, therefore, if you can remember the dimension of main physical quantities, it will be better. Okay, it is not a mandatory thing, but if you don't go for memorizing, then you should remember the equation. Otherwise, you cannot derive that dimension. Okay. බයන්න එපා. ඔක මතක හිටිනවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඔක කරනකොට තව දැන් ඔය ෆස්ට් යුනිට් එකනේ කරන්නේ. සෙකන්ඩ් යුනිට් එක කරනකොට සෙකන්ඩ් යුනිට් එකේ පටන් ගත්ත වෙලේ ඉඳන් ඕවා අනිවාර්යෙන් අපිට හැවලීම කතා කියනවා. බයන්න එපා, මතක හිටිනවා. හරි. ඒ නිසා ඒක අපි අර effort එකක් දීලා memorize කරන්න ඕන දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. automatically memorize වෙනවා at the end of the 2 years. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about past paper questions. What kind of topics, what kind of types of questions in past papers. Okay. Okay. Shall we start? The first type of question, actually, this is regarding unit and dimension section. Okay, but the first type is suppose we are given some physical quantity. We are given some physical quantity and we are asked to find the equivalent physical quantity to the given physical quantity among the answers. Okay. So we have to find the equivalent physical quantity or unit to the given physical quantity. That means we are given a physical quantity A, we are given a physical quantity or unit, physical quantity or a unit, and we have to determine what is the equivalent physical quantity to that unit, to that physical quantity or the unit among the answers. That is one type of questions. We have done that kind of question, that type of question. Look at our Tute. Look at this question number 30. We are given some physical quantities and we have to find the equivalent one. That means we have to find the unit, this kind unit equal to this one, this type of question. Okay. Then look at question number 44. Whose dimension among the following physical quantity equal to the dimension of work done? Okay, this kind of one. Then sometimes they ask about electron volt. Electron volts is equivalent to energy or power or something. Okay, that type of question can be asked. Okay, we are given a certain physical quantity or unit, we have to find the equivalent physical quantity. Okay, then other type is magnitude of prefix. We have to compare two prefix or magnitude of prefix. It is given in the initial part of the questions. Look at this. 1 gigameter is equal. Then which of the following ratios of magnitude of two prefixes is not equal to 1000? This kind of questions. In this kind of questions, we have to have very good knowledge about magnitude of prefix. So what is giga? Giga is equal to which power? Then milli is equal to which power? We have to have that knowledge. Okay, magnitude of prefix. Then the most common question is finding dimension of unknown physical quantity. We have done a lot of questions throughout the Tute. Finding the dimension of unknown physical quantity. It is another type. Okay. Then then we should have very clear understanding and very clear memorize about the physical quantity, classification of physical quantity. What are the physical quantities that do not have unit, that do not have dimension, and what are the physical quantities that do have dimension, that kind of thing. The classification of physical quantity, that should be very common question. That is a very common question. Okay, classification of physical quantity. What are the dimensionless physical quantity? What are the physical quantity that doesn't have units? That kind of thing. Okay. The other thing is unit conversion. Unit conversion. We have done few questions regarding unit conversion. Unit conversion, other type. How to do, whether you know or not about unit conversion. That is a common question, also a common question. Then again, we have to find the unit of given physical quantity. Suppose we are given an equation. We have done such kind of question. We are given an equation and we have to find the unit of some certain physical quantity in that equation. Suppose this one. 18th one. Look at the question 18th one. In 18th one, we have to find the unit of G. In this question, we are not asked to find dimension, we are asked to find unit. Okay, that kind of question were in past papers. Okay. Then seventh type is vector and scalars. That means we have to distinguish what are the vector scalars and what are the vector quantities and what are the scale quantities. That also classification of physical quantity. But in another way, we have to distinguish what are the vector quantities, what are the scale quantities among the given answers. Okay, such kind of questions. That is very common question in this time in 2000 after 2019. It is a very common question. What are the vector quantities and scale quantities? We have to distinguish that thing. Then the other thing is building the relationship between given physical quantity. That means, suppose you are given this kind of equation, a to the power x, b to the power y, and c to the power z. Then you are asked to find the value of x, y, and z. You are asked to find value of x and y, z. Okay, that is building relationship between given physical quantity. So that is another question type in past papers. Okay. Other thing is other one and more, that is a very crucial part. You have to have very good knowledge about units that can be used instead of SI units. Okay. Okay, units that can be used instead of SI unit, especially electron volts, light years, angstroms, then kilowatt hours, that kind of things. I have given a chart, given a small note to you. You have to memorize those things. So that is a very crucial thing, because most of students couldn't memorize that. Okay. units that can be used instead of SI units. Okay, other units that can be used instead of SI units. Then other thing is classification of physical quantity. Classification of physical quantity according to fundamental and derived physical quantities. Classification, not only classification of physical quantity, classification of units also. Okay, what are the fundamental units and what are the derived units? What are the units with special name? Those are the types of question in past papers. Okay, those are type of question in past papers. So all the kind of question types are in your Tute. Okay, if you complete this Tute, that means you have all the knowledge about past papers. Okay, हमारे past paper questions මෙතන තියෙනවා. හැබැයි past paper questions තියෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ පුතේ past papers වලින් අහන හැම question type එකක්ම මේකේ තියෙනවා. ඒක නිසා අනිවාර්යෙන් මේ ටික තනියෙන් කරන්න. මේ තනියෙන් කරාට පස්සේ අනිවාර්යෙන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ලොකු knowledge එකක් ඔක එනවා. හරි. එහෙනම් අපි දැන් පටන් ගමු. It is 11 past 10 no? 10 past 11. Okay. I will give you a question paper. You have to do it within 20 minutes. There are 10 questions. Okay. I have shared the paper in our WhatsApp group and I will share that one. Okay. You can find the paper in our WhatsApp group. This is exam question reviewing series. This is exam question paper 1. This is not your exam. Okay, this is not your exam. Okay, මේක ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ exam එක නෙමෙයි, ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ exam එක වෙනම දෙනවා. මේක exam question reviewing මේ part එක EQR part එක, මේ EQR first paper එක. Okay, now it is 10 past 11. You will have 20 minutes because there are 10 questions here. You will have 20 minutes. That means 11:30 you have to submit your answers. Okay, everyone, do the questions up to question number 10. Please send me your answers. Please send your answers to me as a personal message. Okay, you can find the question paper in our WhatsApp group. Okay, stop your work. Time is over. Send me your answers. Send me your answers. One student has sent. Others? I need to have all of your answers. Okay. Send me your answers. Okay. Others? Personally, thank you. Where's the others? Okay. Okay. If you can send me the answer with your calculations, with your rough calculation, it will be much better. Okay, Buta? Because after the class, I will check that one, and if there is any mistake, I will let you know. Okay. So if you want to correct your mistakes, please send your answers with your calculations. With your calculations, then I can check your rough sheets, and I can assist you if there is any mistake in your calculations. Okay. Okay. Shall we look into the paper? Okay. Most of the question we have already done. Okay. But there are some new questions, but the question types are discussed. The question types are discussed. Okay, Buddha? So what is the answer for question number 1? I need you respond now. Now this is a discussion. Please give your response. Everyone, I need your response. What is the answer for question number 1?
Power.
Others? Dimension of energy. Dimension of energy. Okay. So what is this is a question type එකක්. මොකද equivalent question එක අහන්නේ. equivalent physical quantity එක අහන්නේ කොහොමද? හරි. In that question type, this is a very common physical quantity, Buddha. Very common physical quantity in exam. That is energy. Energy. So what is energy? What is energy? Energy is equal F into distance. F into distance, Buddha. F into distance. F means force. Force into length is equal energy or work done. Force into length. We have discussed this one. Force into length. Force into length is energy, FL. So, look at this. Linear momentum. Linear momentum is equal force into time. So, that is not equal force. Force it may not equal power. Power means energy per unit time. Energy per unit time. That means power is equal energy over time. Power is equal energy over time. Power is equal energy over time. Energy over time. So that should not be equal. That should not be equal, Puta. Power. Pressure. Pressure is equal force divided by L square. Force divided by L square. So that should not be equal to FL. That should not be equal to FL. Then what is the answer? Then the remaining answer is answer number 5. No? Maybe you do not know about momentum of force, but you do know about these answers. These answers, no? Linear momentum, we have discussed. That is equal to F into time. That is equal to F into time, linear momentum. Linear momentum is equal to F into time. Force, you know that thing. Power is equal to energy over time. So that should not be equal to energy. Then pressure is equal to F over time, L square. Okay. Energy, you have to remember this one. Energy is equal to force into distance. Force into distance, Puta. FL. Because energy is equal to work done. Work done is equal to FL. It is FL. So torque, the new term, torque. Torque or momentum of torque. Torque. Torque is moment. Torque is equal to F into L. F into L. Again F into L. Okay. Energy and torque are two different physical quantities, but they have same dimension. That is the most important thing in this question. Energy and torque are two different physical quantities, but they have same dimension. You have to mark this one. Dimension of energy. Dimension of energy is equal to dimension of torque. Torque. The symbol of torque is torque. Okay? Torque. This is torque. Symbol of torque is torque. Torque. Okay. In this question, you have learned what are the definition of each and every physical quantities in the answers. The other thing is there are two different physical quantities. Look at this, okay? There are two different physical quantities. What are those? Energy and torque. Energy and torque are two different physical quantities, but have same definition. Okay. Sorry. You have to memorize that one, okay? Second thing, which of the following physical quantity does not have dimension? What is the answer? Question number 2. Does not have a dimension. Yes, relative density. It is easy. All the others have dimension. Relative density. Third one, that was in the Tute, okay? Third one, yes, fourth. A few units which are used to measure distance are mentioned below: millimeter, micrometer, angstrom, light year, and kilometer. So what is the largest and smallest values? Largest value is light year. Light year is the largest scale. The smallest scale is angstrom. Angstrom, because angstrom is equal to 10 to the power minus 10. 10 to the power minus 10 meter. 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Millimeter is 10 to the power minus 3, no? So angstrom is smaller than millimeter. The answer is fourth one. 1980. Okay, what is the answer for fourth one? Yes. Others? Actually, if you can look at the 1980 question and 1982 question, both are same, no? Both are same. In 1982, the equation is given. The equation is given, but in 1980, it is not given, but it is mentioned in words, no? It is mentioned in words. The attraction force P between two masses is directly proportional to this one only, where the M1 two masses and R is distance between them. The dimension of proportional constant. Dimension of proportional constant. That means, according to that question, force is directly proportional to M1 M2 over R square. This is the proportionality. This is the proportionality. So if I remove this proportional proportional symbol and make a equation, there will be a proportional constant. Proportional constant, normally that constant is mentioned as G R square. So this is the proportionality constant. Proportionality constant. Proportionality constant. Proportionality constant. So if you subject G, then you will find the dimension of G. But if you suppose if you couldn't remember that thing, and actually this is not remembering question. In this question, you don't want to simplify each and every term. Each and every term. Look at this. Look at this. Here, Paran. Here, there is a MLT, no? MLT minus 2, no? MLT minus 2 here. So here there is one M. And there is two M's, no? M squared. There is M squared. And here only M to the power 1. Here M to the power 2. So if you subject G, you have to bring this M squared to here. That means it will be M minus 1. M minus 1. That will be M minus 1. So look at the answers. Look at the answers. There is only one answer with M minus 1. What is that? Fourth question, fourth answers. If you're confident with your calculation, you don't want to calculate other two. No? අන්න එක මම කියන්නේ මේ වගේ තමයි පුතේ shortcuts කියන්නේ. Those are the shortcuts, okay? බය වෙන්න එපා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ බය වෙනවා ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේක මේ අනිස අරකට දාන්න වෙනවා. බැරි වෙලා හරි අරක වැරදුනොත් එහෙම. අන්න ඒක තමයි අවුල. Okay? You have to confident with your answers. You have to confident with your calculations. If you're confident with your calculation, then you don't want to calculate others. Okay. Look at this. Here 1 L, here 2 L's, then there should be L cube. There should be L cube. There should be L cube. Then you can confirm your answer. You can confirm your answers. It is equal to 4. Answer is equal to 4. You don't want to simplify this one. Question number 5. What is the answer? Question number 5. What is the answer? Answer 2. Others? Answer 3. Others? Okay. Okay. You can do it with your mind. How to do with your mind? Using your mind. How to do this question using your mind? Tell me.
S is a displacement.
S is a displacement, puta. So,
Then S equals L.
not K. K half is equal S. Look at this. Here, K to the power half. Okay. If you expand this one, K to the power half and some another term, no? So K to the power half should be equal to S puta. Okay. Therefore, dimension of S should be equal to the dimension of K to the power half. K to the power half. Then what is the dimension of K? So what is the dimension of K? You know the dimension of S. Dimension of S is L. So L is equal. Yes, K half. No. L is equal K half. L is equal K half. No. L is equal K half, puta. Okay. So you have to take the square. You have to take the square to find K. Okay. Then So others. So K is equal L squared. Okay, not L. L squared. කලබල වෙලා කට්ටිය. ටක් ගාලා ගත්ත K කියලා L කියලා කලබල වෙන්න එපා. It is not L. It is not L. K half is equal to L පුතා. K half is equal to L. That means K is equal to L square. හරිද? Everyone, I need your response. Did you understand?
Sir, but because they have asked the dimension of K, can't we take it as L?
No, putaa. Look at this. Look at this. S is equal to K half into 1 plus something. 1 plus something. Suppose this is Y. Y is something. Okay. If you want to find the dimension of K, you have to expand this one. Okay, you have to expand this one. Okay, if you expand this one, is equal K half plus this one. Then you can clearly understand. Then in this equation, there are few terms. According to our theory, all the terms in an equation should have same dimension. Okay, so this one, dimension of S should be equal to the dimension of K half, and dimension of E is equal to dimension of Y K half. Those are the two things in this equation, no? I don't want to consider this part. I don't want to consider this part. I want to consider this part only. You are asked to find dimension of k. You are asked to find dimension of k. So you have to have power 1 here. You have to have power 1 here. In here, there's power half. If you want to have power 1, you have to multiply this power by 2. You have to multiply this power by 2. That means you have to take the square of both sides. You have to take the square of both sides. So dimension of s square is equal half 2 will be cancelled out. Dimension of k. Dimension of k. So dimension of k is equal. Then L is k. Did you understand? Steve?
So then here we won't take the dimension of a power as 1.
Yes, if you want to find a dimension, the power should be 1. The power of that particular physical quantity should be equal to 1, Puta. If you want to find a dimension of a certain physical quantity, if you want to find the dimension of a certain physical quantity, the power of that physical quantity should be equal to 1. This simply means you have to subject that physical quantity. Okay? Did you understand, Puta?
Yes.
Okay. Steve, did you understand? If you want any further clarification, I will give you. Okay. Go to the next question. 82. Question number 6. We already did this question. What is the answer? Yes, answer number 2. There are 2 2s, no? What 2? It is answer number this one, no? This 2. It is equal to this one, okay? We have done the calculation in previous question. Seventh one. Which of the following physical quantity has a unit? What is the answer? Coefficient of expansion. All the others doesn't have unit. The answer is coefficient of expansion. Okay. Eighth one. What is the answer? 8th question. Okay, shall we do that? Coefficient of viscosity. Coefficient of viscosity means tangential pressure over velocity gradient. Is x when it's measured using SI unit. First, you have to find the unit of coefficient of viscosity. First, you have to find the units of coefficient of viscosity. Then you can use the dimension of coefficient of viscosity. Dimension. Normally it is mentioned eta. Dimension of eta is equal tangential pressure. Pressure means tangential pressure means pressure. Pressure means force over area, so dimension of pressure over dimension of pressure velocity gradient. Dimension of velocity gradient. Dimension of velocity gradient. Okay. Then dimension of eta is dimension of pressure over dimension of pressure velocity gradient. Dimension of pressure means m L minus 1 T minus 2. You know that one. Velocity gradient. Velocity gradient means puta velocity over the length. Velocity gradient. Velocity gradient is equal velocity over length. Velocity over length. Okay. So this one is equal LT minus 1 over L. Velocity gradient. Velocity gradient. So the dimension of eta is equal L12 will be cancelled out. L12 will be cancelled out. T minus 1 to T minus 2. 1 T minus 1 will be cancelled out. Then the answer is M L minus 1 T minus 1. Okay. So the dimension of eta is equal kilogram M minus 1 S minus 1. So this is the unit of eta. This is the unit of eta. Unit of eta. We are given the value of eta. Value of eta of a certain liquid is x when it is measured using SI unit. So the value is now x in this scale. Then I have to convert this scale into centimeter, gram and second. Centimeter, gram and second. So kilogram will be measured by grams, meter will be measured by centimeter, S will be remain same. S will be remain same. Okay. Now you have to convert that thing. Look at this. Kilogram to gram. Kilogram to gram means it is decreased. It is decreased. That means you have to multiply. In this case, you have to multiply by 10 to the power 2. Meter to centimeter. Meter to centimeter means it is decreased 2. It is decreased 2. Then that means you have to multiply 2. Multiply it. That means, sorry, multiply by 10 to the power 2. 10 to the power 2. This is not change. This is not change. Then you can write this down. X kilogram 1 meter 1 second. 1 meter 1 second. 1 meter 1 second. Okay. Now you can convert that thing. Kilogram to gram means you have to convert, you have to multiply it by 10 to the power 3. 10 to the power 3x. Centimeter, meter to centimeter means you have to multiply it by 10 to the power 2 puta. 10 to the power 2 centimeter. Second is not changed. 10 to the power 2 and 10 to the power 3 will be cancelled out. There is only 1 here. Then the value is 10 to the power 10x gram per centimeter per second. rand per centimeter per second. So what is the answer? Answer number 4. Answer number 4. Everyone, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Others? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Buddha. Okay. What is the answer for question number 9? Question number 9. Yeah, it is 3, no? T or 2? Yeah. 3, no? 3, 3. Okay. 9th one. 9th one. 9th one, we are given this one. F equal K into AV squared. AV squared. We are asked to find the dimension of K. A is a radius, V is a velocity. Sorry, yes, V is a velocity, F is a force. F is a force. So F is a force, Puta. F is a force. So F is a force. F equal K A V squared. F is a force. A is a radius, means length. V is a velocity. V is a velocity. You have to substitute those dimension. Then M LT minus 2 is equal K into dimension of A. Dimension of A is equal to L because it is a radius. Radius means length. V squared. V squared means LT minus squared. LT minus squared. LT minus squared means LT minus 2. L squared T minus 2. L squared T minus 2. Then L1 LL will be cancelled out. 1T minus 2, 1T minus 2 cancel out. Then K is equal M L minus 2. ML minus 2. ML minus 2. That means answer number 2, the 3, the 2, 3, ne? Answer number 3. Answer number 3. Then 10th question, we have done this question in our class today. This is the first question we have done today, no? So what is the answer? 10th one. 10th one. Answer 1. First one. It is the resistor. Yes, it is the resistor. Yes. In the following equation, V1, V2 are represent voltage and current respectively. Represent voltage and current, and the ratio between K1 and K2. As I said earlier, this term is a voltage, no? K2 V2 term is a voltage term because this is a voltage, no? This is a voltage. As this is an equation, all the terms in an equation should have same dimension. So K2 V2 should be a voltage. It should be a voltage. If it is a voltage, we know this one is also a voltage. Voltage to voltage will be cancelled out. Therefore, K2 does not have dimension. K2 does not have dimension. Then what about K1? You know this one. K1 R1. K1 R1 should be a voltage. K1 R1 should be a voltage. K1 I1, sorry, K1 I1. K1 I1 should be a voltage. K1 I1 should be a voltage. In this case, you should remember this equation V equal IR. V equal IR. So if there is a voltage, if there is current, other term should be a resistance. So K1 should be equal to a resistance. K1 should be equal to resistance. That means resistance over 1. K2 is a 1. No? Resistance over 1 means that is equal to resistance. So the answer is equal to resistance. Did you understand, everyone? මේක මම මුලින් කරා මම ඒක නිසා ලොකුට කරේ නෑ. තේරුණාද පුතේ? Yes. What about the others? Okay. If you have anything to be clarified, anything to you explain again, please let me know. Please let me know. I will arrange extra class or extra lesson term for that person and I will teach you. Okay පුතා? එක්කෙනෙක්ට හරි තේරුම් නැත්නම් මට එක කියන්න මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට වෙනම personal lesson එකක් දාලා මම ඒක කියා දෙනවා. ඒක නිසා මතක තියාගන්න කිසිම කෙනෙක් මගේ ක්ලාස් එකේ තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා නිකන් ඉන්න බෑ. තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා නිකන් ඉන්න බෑ. තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ෆ්‍රීඩම් එක දීලා තියෙන්නේ මගෙන් අහන්න. හරිද පුතේ? ඒක නිසා අහන්න අහලා මම වෙනම ලෙසන් එකක් දාන්නම්. වෙනම ලෙසන් එකක් දාලා හරි මම කියා දෙනවා. හරිද? ඒක නිසා මේ past paper questions බලන්න අපි මේ Tute එක ගොඩක් ඒවා තිබ්බා. බලන්න හොඳට බලන්න past paper questions කරනකොට past paper question කරනවා අපි Tute එකක් කරලා නම් තියෙන්නේ. past paper questions ගොඩක් කියලාට Tute එකේ තියෙනවා. හරිද? ඊළඟට past papers කරනකොට එතකොට ඒ time එක අහු වෙනවා. ඊළඟට අපි paper class එකේදී ආයෙසරයක් අහු වෙනවා. හරිද? ඒක නිසා මතක තියාගන්න අපි exam එකට යනකොට පුතේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට past papers minimum 3 times කරනවා. minimum 3 times කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට 4 times ඔයගොල්ලොත් එක්කම කරනවා. හරිද? 4 times 1979 වල ඉඳන්. ඒ කියන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ගියාත්ම ඉඳන් හොදේ. සමහරට ඕගොල්ලොත් දන්නෙත් නැහැ question paper හැදුවේ. මේ ඒක නිසා මේ ඒ කාලේ ඉඳන් තියෙන questions papers කරනවා. එතකොට nearly 45 years විතර අපි කරනවා. 45 years කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ පුතේ ඇත්තටම එතනින් එහාට දෙයක් නැහැ හොදේ. එතනින් එහාට දෙයක් නැහැ කියන්නේ ඕනි question එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. බය වෙන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට මෙතන මොකක් හරි දෙයක් පොඩි හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් ආවොත් ඉන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඔය මේ physical quantities මතක නැති නිසා. මොකද්ද velocity gradient ඊට පස්සේ coefficient of viscosity. මොකද ඕගොල්ලන්ට තාම ඒවා familiar නැහැ. හරිද? ඒකට කමක් නැහැ. මම ඒක කියන්නේ මෙතන වර්ධින එක කිසිදු ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. මොකද තාම ඕගොල්ලෝ physics පටන් ගත්ත විතරයි. ඔය physical quantities ගැන ඕගොල්ලෝ හොඳට ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේවා මේ කිසිම දෙයක් නැහැ. හැබැයි ඕගොල්ලෝ දැම්මම මේවා memorize කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් පුතේ අර මේ units කරද්දී ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඒක මාර easy. තේරෙනවද මම ඒක කියන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මම මේ questions තාම දැම්ම මම මේ කරන්නේ මේ questions මම මේ කරන්නේ මොකද ඕගොල්ලන්ට අනිවාර්යෙන් ඒක plus point එකක් වෙනවා ඊළඟ units කරනකොට. ඒක නිසා මතක තියාගන්න මේ physical quantities සමහර ඒවා ඕගොල්ලන්ට familiar නැහැ. all වලට අහු වෙලා නැහැ. all වලට අහු වෙච්ච ඒවා තියෙනවා නැති ඒවා තියෙනවා. ඒකයි මම ගොඩක් වෙලාවට past paper question එකක් වුණත් මම අර hint කියලා hint එකක් දුන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඒක මේ තේරුම් ගන්න. ආසෙක අරගන්න. ඒක නිසා හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න ඒක familiarize නෑ කියලා ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් කරගන්න එපා. මේ හැබැයි calculations ටික හරියට කරන්න ඕනේ. calculations ටික අන්න ඒ ටික familiarize කරගන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? මොකක් හරි physical quantity එකක් දන්නේ නැති එක no issue. මොකද ඒක ඕගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගන්න අනිවාර්යයි. හරි? Okay. So we can complete today class now. If you have anything to ask, now it is the time. Did you understand this one? Okay. Okay, Buddha, everyone, please listen. This one. Mostly October 2nd week you will have exam. So before that, if you have anything to ask from me, please ask before that. Okay, I will arrange a special class for that particular student, and I will teach you before the exam. Okay, so if you have anything to clear, please ask from me. Then I will arrange a special class for that particular student. Okay. Therefore, don't take any doubts. Don't take any doubts. කිසිම දෙයක් තියාගන්න බෑ. හරිද? ඒක නිසා හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. තියෙන දේක් අහන්න. හැබැයි එක්සෑම් එකේදී හරියට කරන්න ඕනේ. මම ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන එක්සෑම් එක හරියට කරගන්න ඕනේ. No, next week now mostly 14th and 15th is a middle term, no? Middle I think second 14th and 15th mean. There are five weeks in this week, this month, no? There are 5 weeks, Puta. There are 5 weeks. 14th and 15th, I think Saturday and Sunday. That week would be better. Okay. Therefore, you won't have exam in next week. Next week you will have a lesson. Week after the next week we will have the exam. Okay. Okay. So if you have anything to clear with the questions in Tute, please ask me before the exam. Okay. Okay. Then we can complete our lesson, Puta. Today's lesson. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Okay. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
God bless you.